That was pretty good.
Like,
we might have all been in sync. I don't know.
What are you using the fan?
It's what
that
do
would
things.
be game case for Crash Bandicoot Twinsanity for the PlayStation 2.
For a second.
It's worse as my child. Lord, you're Pettis.
Hello, and welcome to a finale edition of the Currently Unnamed Podcast, where we put the real and the tea in reality. You can always come to us first to quench your thirst. I'm Logan Murphy, say something gay. Gay, on location doing vacation things, but still always got time to talk about Drag Race. And today I'm just drinking water because hydration is important, and I forgot to grab any other drinks when I left my hotel room. So...
Work.
I am Brandon, your professional fangirl of concert, drag, and video games. Also drinking water in my handy dandy cup mug. Lana's not here, but still gotta do the promotion. So yeah. Also, if you noticed, last time I was here, my head was black. Now it's blonde, and very bright with this lighting.
I didn't even know.
Big old Kennedy.
You know what? I just want to quote the age-old orator of Michael Jackson. It doesn't matter if you're black or white.
Fair enough.
And I am Brook, a college graduate who plays way too much fucking Smash Bros. This past week, I have been playing 2 games. I have been rediscovering my love for Hades. Finally got a full clear. Brandon knows how big of a deal that is. And then I have also been playing Crash Team Rumble. Very fun time if you have not played it yet. And yeah, there's nothing else different. Nothing at all. Nothing has changed in the past week since you have last saw me. Not at all.
Nothing at all? What are you talking about?
What are you talking about?
The girlies that know, and the girlies that don't pay attention to the video version. Some people might be listening to this audio.
Hashtag Daishi.
Yes. Haley Kiyoko said for the girls.
Yes, sisters.
From
Staying together.
I'm going to do that Lux move she did across the stage. Anyway, sorry.
Well, I am David Healy, and I don't have a cute intro, but I do have a cute shirt. I'm celebrating Canada today, so I wanted to wear the OG Canadian Queen, Miss Brooklyn Heights, and it's hard to see, but I've actually got her signature right here. I got it last summer. So let's go Canada. And I am drinking water, although I don't have much left in my bottle. Oh well.
Water. Here's some let looses going on. And what's happening, everybody? It's me, Eve the Bunny, Chicago drag artist and Queen of Ivy Park. I decided to throw on a little cosmetiques for the finale. You know, just some Carmex, a little wispy lash. You know, nothing too crazy. Nothing too crazy. But of course, since I am the Queen of Ivy Park, I still had to make sure I'm repping my Queen's merch. She's wearing the Ivy Heart jumpsuit from Valentine's Day last year. I live for it. I love for it. Don't zoom down too far because the zipper broke. But other than that, I'm also going to be drinking Arizona, but I'm drinking sweet tea today.
Ooh.
It's a finale. The tea's extra sweet.
The tea is hot. We will discuss at length.
I thought this was, you said this was Ivy Park. I thought this was Janet Jackson Couture.
Hello.
Anyways, bonjour, hi, je m'appelle Will Justice. Wait, wrong show. Hello, teachers. My name is Will Justice, the Royal Conviction of New York, and House of Aja defense attorney because I've been living for that house since day one, since Aja gone season 9, and I am also repping the runner-up. What the hell? Hello?
We can hear you, but your video
You're not
is
moving.
frozen.
You can always cut your camera off.
It's the ghost of Momo Shade.
Oh my
Not the
God.
ghost of Momo Shade.
Not this.
Anyways, speaking of the House of Aja, I'm representing the number one show-stopping diva and a runner-up of this season, Kandy Muse, from the hood to Hollywood.
Top two
And I
Muse
have-
forever.
And I have two generic bottles of water sponsored by Mother Let Loose. And I also have another bottle of water in my coldest water bottle. Not sponsored, but we should be.
Forgot to mention that I'm also drinking a generic bottle of water as sponsored by One Mother.
It's better than the recording where David was literally wearing a Let Loose shirt, and every time I hit the Let Loose button, he jumped up. So it's
Yes, I had to show.
It's much better than that.
I literally
work
still
out.
can't. I literally still can't get over the ghost of Momo Shade. Like my
But
heart is
truly,
still
I'm not-
in my ass from that one. I'm like,
Better than the ghost of Ploopy.
Well,
not Ploopy, Lord Jesus. Anyway, it's over. Well, it's over.
it's over.
I'm gonna be very honest in saying I am incredibly happy that the season of All Stars is over. I'm gonna be really honest. I'm ready for something different.
Talk Valentina.
And
Alexa, play Take a Bow by Rihanna.
Very that.
Take a bow by Madonna. Hell.
Yes. We've got a finale to talk about. There's not a whole lot to talk about, if I'm being honest, but we have a finale to talk about because it happened. People won, and tea was spilled, which we will talk about. When do we want to talk? Do we want to just talk about it now?
It was
Sure.
interesting. The judges were interesting.
Production was interesting. In the words
It's
of
gonna be hell getting the bags back home.
in the words of American Poet Laureate and Mother to Many, Chima Simone, I got it right?
Yeah.
Yes. Looks like the producers I need to have a chat.
Should we just start there? Is that where we're
Go
starting?
ahead.
Okay.
Why not?
So,
No, let's like. Should we? No, because I feel like that we need to make sure, because we have Fame Games winner in this too, and we have to make sure those girls get their due too.
they will all get their due.
We'll save it for
Oh,
later.
okay.
Oh yeah, no, we've got all the looks to talk about. We've got all the things to talk about.
Okay, Pyra, let's jump into production then.
But we put the real and the tea in reality, so that is what we're going to do at the start of this program today. So,
I just would like to emphasize who is not the bad guy in this tea, because
the
I
bad
think
guy is production.
a lot of people have been misdirecting things towards a certain queen.
Yeah.
When they need to focus it on production. Yes.
So, if you are, go ahead, Brook, sorry.
No, go ahead. I was just gonna agree with David and say, as somebody who's not like a Jimbo fan, for real, like this is not on her. Him and drag.
Great. Love it. So, if you are not watching the Roscoe's viewing party clips and videos for the Drag Race viewings, you are only getting 25% of the story, quite frankly. So, during the finale viewing party, there was a discussion had by good old Miss Naysha Lopez discussing how on either the last day or the second to last day of filming the finale, producers went to Kandy and Jimbo and said that they were going to change the lip sync song. Last minute, the lip sync song that happened was the Sylvester song, obviously. They were planning to change the song to Milkshake by Khalees, which I'm going to be honest, great song. Kind of surprised it hasn't been a lip sync song prior, but we know they have the rights to that song, so that's exciting for a future season. That's not this one. With that being said, what we also know is that when the girls go to Drag Race, one of the questions that they're asked is about songs that they think encompass their drag very well. And one of the songs that Jimbo wrote down was Milkshake by Khalees. So this was not a decision made by Jimbo. This was a production made decision. Jimbo had nothing to do with this change. I'm making sure to emphasize that because do not come for Jimbo. Period. Point blank. So production.
We don't need to see videos of David under a sheet screaming.
Yes.
Come here, Tara Cunningham.
Exactly. So when production tried to change the song, Kandy pretty much put her foot down and said, call my mother, I'm going home, you're not getting a finale. And just continually, was saying, I want to go home, you're not getting a finale, if this has changed, I'm not filming the finale. And they ultimately changed the lip sync song back to the Sylvester song that we got on the actual recorded episode. So
that's not all.
Good for her.
That's not all. I know there's other parts. Yeah.
It was supposed to be the Sylvester song. They were gonna change it to Milkshake. And then because Kandy said no, put her foot down, they didn't change it.
That's what I said.
Okay. No, I just want to make sure because I was under the impression it was gonna be Milkshake and they changed it to the Sylvester song. Okay. Thank you.
Eve, I know there's other tea. I don't remember all of it. So if you remember the rest of the tea, please take over.
Yes. So another part of the tea that was also proving, and this is something that kind of sucks, but whether this whole thing went down, is I feel like that right now when it comes to RuPaul's Drag Race, which I mean, she's on Work the World Tour, so maybe they are going to, possibly bring her back for Versus the World or something like that so that Kandy gets her crown. But Kandy knows how production works. Kandy knows how RuPaul's Drag Race works. So apparently another part of the tea was that Kandy, apparently when it came to their solo performances, they let Jimbo record his performance, I think maybe one time, and that was it. But they kept making Kandy do her performance over and over and over multiple times, almost in the guise that they were wanting to try to catch her slipping up in some of her performance, so that they could edit it all together as if that was just the original performance and she just did bad. But Kandy did not do bad at all throughout either of the performances they made her do. Also, as well, I think around one of the last takes of her doing her performance, Kandy injured her ankle. But it was something that the queens caught and that she caught a little bit, but it wasn't so visible. But it was something that production knew of, but apparently they didn't have any type of proof on camera that Kandy hurt her ankle. So production was actually going to Kandy and forcing a storyline through her, questioning her about her ankle specifically, just so that way they could get her on camera saying something about the fact that she hurt her ankle so that they could use that against her when it came to deliberation for the finales. Kandy, being smart and knowing how production went, lied the entire time. She just said, I don't know what happened. I didn't hurt my ankle. I didn't do anything. Nothing went wrong. And because they couldn't get anything like that on camera from her, they couldn't use anything against her. It was just one of those kind of things that was just very disheartening, especially given the fact that when we saw the finale edit, how Kandy was, she seemed like she just genuinely was wanting to work her hardest and win out of being the best person there. So it was very disheartening that we hear after the fact that there were greatly strong production pulls to try to get her to slip up in some kind of way. You know what I mean? It was just like,
there was
y'all.
They claimed that they may try to make it as fair as possible. There was no way going into the finale that Kandy had a shot to win. It's really
And to be completely honest with you, that's the reason why production pulled what they pulled, because from the finale edit, baby, everybody thought Kandy won that.
Well, I mean,
if they didn't throw it at the end of if they didn't throw it at the last minute and say and your progress throughout the entire season, Kandy could have swept that whole finale.
I do want to say, Brooke, before you bring up your point as well, just very quickly. So also in the Untucked, I don't know who watched Untucked. I did. And when they come back into the workroom to pack their stuff, you can see that Kandy's ankle is wrapped.
Oh yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
So there's so they couldn't make that a storyline, but you can still see that there is proof of some sort of injury in some capacity because I think her right ankle is wrapped.
But I think because they couldn't catch it on while she was during the performance, she could have easily been like, "Oh no, it's been like that or I had that episodes ago.
I've had a
you know what I mean?
Injury, something like that. So, sorry, Brooke, go ahead.
No, you're good. Well, I mean, to be fair, though, what you were talking about earlier was saying, like, Kandy knew she had no chance of winning going to the finale, right? I mean, look at the track record, and I think this is a lot of the reason people have a sour taste in their mouth in the season. Again, this is no shade towards Jimbo, right? Jimbo was given 4 wins out of 10 competitive episodes, right? Kandy got 2. Everybody else that won an episode only won 1, right? And when you look at everything, and I mean, even if you count out Kandy in the final 3, if you kind of win, it's a win. But, like, it's a win. I mean, nobody stood a chance against Jimbo in that finale because production very clearly knew who they wanted to win going into the season. Same reason we had a ton of comedy challenges. Same reason that, the lip sync songs that Jimbo was given outside of one, I would argue, were all kind of in her wheelhouse. And I mean, again, this is no shade towards Jimbo because she cannot control what production does. Okay.
And her track record speaks for itself. Like, she did.
Correct.
Her package on this season, objectively, was the best of anybody's package. Like, truly, honestly, and genuinely, I think I may have other favorites that I personally prefer to Jimbo on this season. And I do. I think Jimbo is incredibly talented. But Jimbo had the best package overall of anybody on this season. In my opinion.
But when you look at, like, the lip sync song she was given, she had She Bop versus Pangina, which they just wanted to have her fight versus Pangina for drama, right? But then they had Coconuts, and granted, she didn't end up lip syncing to Coconuts, but you can pretty much know that was what they were planning on, was having her lip sync to Coconuts.
Yeah.
You have her lip sync to Freakazoid, which literally, who else is that song there for? I mean, even then, this song, Do You Want to Funk, the Sylvester song that was in the finale, I mean, it's not entirely out of her wheelhouse either. It's, like, relatively close to what she can do,
And then hallucinate.
And then hallucinate, yeah. And to be fair, Bad Reputation, I think she won that lip sync. No shade to Chanel. So, like, like, all of the songs that she was given, none of them are really out of her wheelhouse, except for Dula Peep, but, and, lots of comedy challenges this season, lots of times where, okay, not lots of times, one time where Jimbo was kept out of the bottom when she probably should have been in the bottom, like, Rusical, to be clear. And it's no shade, but it is something that I think the fandom picked up on after a while, was that, we see where this is going. Because All-Star 6, it didn't feel that way. It didn't feel like we knew who was going to win going in, because nobody really got the production boost behind them towards the crowd. Because, I mean, Kylie only had 1 win. Raja and
Kylie went into the
final. Better track record than Kylie, if you go based on, like, the typical track record score. But Kylie won, and nobody was mad about it because Kylie did well throughout the competition, and it felt like an earned win. Jimbo has earned wins throughout this competition, but because production was pushing it that way, I think it left a lot of sour taste in people's mouths.
Yeah.
I don't know that it was. I get what you're saying, but all of her wins, I thought she either deserved or maybe second place. In fact, I think there were other wins she didn't get that I thought she was the best of the week. So I just think that she's a super talented queen, and she made it hard for production not to reward her, So I do want to give credit to Jimbo for absolutely slaying this season. She did great.
Absolutely. Will, go ahead, darling.
I fear that this might not be the last time production is going to quote-unquote rig it for somebody to win, because looking at this All-Stars 9 cast...
Baby, no.
Because looking at this All-Stars 9 cast, I see 2 winners already, and I don't want them as the winners, personally. I see, like, 2 winners that production might pick.
I'm like, they've done this on so many seasons, it's not even funny.
They did it since the first All-Star season, and I'm not mad about it.
If you'd like to find out more about the alleged spoilers for the cast of All-Stars 9, go check out our coverage of the alleged cast of All-Stars 9.
What I was saying, one of those winners, the other winner, I think,
I mean, regardless of any of All-Stars 9, because there's only so much speculation we can do on the future. What we can say is that, based off of what has happened historically on All-Stars, about most of the seasons of All-Stars, let's be real, have had one person production wanted to win, and for the most part, they've gotten their way. I mean, just being blunt. The only exception I can think of is All Stars 4. And even then, I don't think they wanted a certain person to win that won. Just my opinion.
And to be honest with you, I agree as well. I think it was very much, and also I put it this way, oh God, I want to jump down. I want to jump down this rabbit hole because we all know the person who won All Stars 4. I love and I know personally, but it did look production-wise like they were kind of setting it up for somebody else to win. But I do feel like that it became a vocal thing, especially around that time period. We had a lot of Black Lives Matter marches. We had a lot of not it being oversaturated with cis and white, that they easily could have set up and said, no, we're not going to do this and completely shoot ourselves in the foot. We know who the fans want to win. Let's just make her win.
100%. That is,
and it's not saying that she didn't deserve to win, because in my opinion, I think that she should have won more challenges than she actually did. It's just that's the framework of how the production set up.
Are you talking All Stars 5?
4.
Oh, it sounds like Eve was talking 5.
I mean, 5 is also the same.
5 could also be the same way how we had a top 2 format.
Yeah.
And again, and that's the other thing too, with the big problem that I've had personally with the lip sync assassin format this season, is that there are queens that, let's say this was the lip sync for your legacy format, that would have gotten 2-3 wins. I mean, based on the critiques, we know Jaymes would have been top 2 for Snatch Game and for the SNL thing. Whatever. Yeah, Are You Alive? Yeah. Would have been top 2 for both of those challenges. We know
Kahanna
that
probably would have had another win.
Kahanna could have won the ball. Like
Heidi would have won the ball. Heidi would have won the ball.
I mean, regardless of anything, there are queens this season that, you know, didn't get a win or maybe only got 1 win, that with the top 2 format have like 2 or 3. And that way, one, it wouldn't make Jimbo's feel saturated, because outside of maybe one challenge, I don't think she would have been top 2 on any challenge she didn't win. But when you look at because it doesn't feel oversaturated when she has 4 wins and everybody else has like 1 or 2 or 3, you know? It's the format mixed with the production meddling, mixed with, you know, in general, you know, and again, no knocking Jimbo, because she did great across this entire competition, other than the Rusical. No shade. Even though she wasn't even bad in the Rusical, but it was just better.
Right.
Yeah.
But, like, when you consider everybody's track record, it's very clear who production wanted to win.
I feel like after All-Star 7, maybe they should have just been like, you know what? Now we know what works. Let's bring back top 2 format. Like, let's get rid of the assassin thing. This is no shade to the majority of the assassins, because I love these assassins now. Like I said, look at my thing, House of Asha Defense Attorney. But at the same time, I was like, I wish we got to see most of these girls lip sync. We didn't get a chance to see Heidi lip sync, Darienne lip sync. We didn't get to see Monica lip sync. Like,
Kasha, we didn't get to see Kasha Davis lip sync.
I wouldn't have minded this lip sync SmackDown rather than the Fame Games, I guess.
Yeah. I would have been very okay with a lip sync Lollapalooza.
For the second annual Queen of She Done Already Done Had Hers Is. I think that would have been lovely.
Yeah,
that would have been cute.
To add on top of that too, especially with Heidi quitting, right? No offense, no shade to Heidi. Love you, Heidi. But with Heidi gone, right? If they would have had a top 3 going into the finale, like they've had every season of Drag Race ever, minimum top 3 going into the finale.
I was about to say.
Minimum. At least 3, right? Then we could have had 8 queens. Instead of the variety show, it is the perfect number for a lip sync tournament. I'm just saying the option was there.
Right.
On this topic, I do want to give... Yes, thank you. I want to give Brandon an opportunity to comment on any of this, because he hasn't. And we do have to talk about the episode eventually. So I know we can circle back to all these thoughts at the end as well. But
honestly, I don't have a lot to say about this, because yes, like I'm again, mind you all this, like I know a lot of people watch just for all the behind the scenes stuff, but personally, with how this season went, I didn't care how behind the scenes went. And in a sense where I was just like, I wanted to know what happened with Heidi, obviously, but I did not want to know everything else, like to a T. Now, I do agree in a sense, like I wanted to know what happened with Kandy and everything, but at the same time, I was like, I'd rather just keep let everyone have let them say it rather than everyone having their tinfoil hats and everything. Because let's just say that was very prominent this season.
Yeah, David, do you want to wrap it up real quick?
Yeah, for me, I would say my biggest thing with this season is that I felt like the casting was uneven. Usually, when you see an all-star cast, you see, okay, this is probably who they want to win, but here are 3, maybe even 4 people who could win. When I saw this cast, I looked at it and I was like, oh, we only have 2 potential winners. And one of those people quit. So I feel like moving forward, looking at the cast for All Stars 9, if it's correct, I think it's a lot more even than this cast. So I'm hopeful that things will get better next time.
And we know it's a different format, which is an automatic win.
Yeah, knowing that cast, I think I would agree with you. Again, go check out our coverage of All Stars. So we come into the workroom. It's just Jimbo and Kandy, and they were like, "This feels weird," and I was like, "I agree." This was strange. I was like, there's never just been 2 people in the workroom except for the premiere of season 13 5 times. So I do love that we got a throwback to the way that they did the finale intro montage for All Stars 5, and we got the slow-mo shots, because one of my absolute favorite moments in Drag Race history is the slow-mo shot of Jujubee hitting Miss Cracker with a pillow. That is one of my absolute favorite moments, and she's just like, it's great. I loved every moment of that.
When they moved the table at one
Literally. Point. But yeah, so we get all of that. Everyone walks into the workroom the next day, and we get the final maxi challenge, which is not a remix, and instead we are getting both Jimbo and Kandy doing completely original performances to original songs written by Leland for them. Choreo with Miguel Zarate again, which was lovely. And the Fame Games girls do other things in the meanwhile.
Before we even get to the maxi challenge, though, you do have like that little discussion about Lala and Jaymes winning the variety show before. Yeah. And Naysha Lopez decides to be a little bit shady and just look at Jaymes
for no reason.
For no reason. Like, it's not going to change the results. You're already out of the competition, and girl, you're not winning.
You're not winning Fame Games at all. So why does it matter?
But she looks at Jimbo and goes, "No tea, no shade. I don't really think you were my favorite this week. I don't think you should have been in the top 2. I think you were great,
but you're not a judge, Naysha. So,
and like, you're not a judge. Nobody cares.
You don't have these.
I have these.
These. You don't have those, Naysha.
And then while they're doing the choreography and recording stuff, the Fame Games girls have the big pink furry box in the workroom. Yes. And they're like pulling these cards out, and some of them have questions. Some people win some cash. Monica Beverly Hillz has made more money on this season of All Stars than Naysha Lopez, and I found that hilarious. I'm not even gonna lie.
I think they both, yeah.
So the only person that did not earn money from this season is Heidi and Closet.
Due to her quitting.
That is the most depressing statement I have ever heard in my life.
Hold on.
But so then Jaymes gets a card that's like, if you were going to assemble like the perfect drag queen, head of one of your competitors, body of another, who would you pick? So she picks Monica for the face and all that. And then she says for body, it's a tie between Naysha and Kahanna. But I like Kahanna's a little bit more. And then people are laughing. And then she looks at Naysha and goes, "No tea, no shade." And I'm like,
I love that.
Did you watch the pit stop with Jaymes Madison?
Yes, of course I did.
She said, "No tea, no shade, Naysha. I fight." All I could think of when T was to be like, "I fight." I'm like, "Ooh, don't cross my sister."
I love that moment with Jaymes. But yeah, we also get in the pink furry box of it all. Ms. Kasha Davis gets to give $1,000 to a queen and gives it to Monica, which I thought was, perfectly on brand for Monica Beverly Hillz or for Ms. Kasha Davis, and I loved it. Not a second. Oh, I don't have. Hold on.
I know you didn't mean to, but the way you just indirectly shaded the.
I know. I realized it, and I felt really bad.
Oh, no,
Anyway.
no.
Yeah, and then they just start pulling out cards, and they're like, "You've won this random arbitrary amount of money that we're going to take 40% of. You win this random arbitrary amount of money that we're going to take 40% of." And then Naysha wins 5 nights to a hotel or to a stay literally anywhere in the world that has this specific hotel brand.
My gay
And really,
You finally won something.
And they're gonna take 40% of that, so it's really only
Exactly.
2.5 nights. So she got to leave by noon.
The fact that
No, it would
everyone
be
got
exactly 2 days, so she'd have 3.
the fact that everyone got more. Monica Beverly Hillz. No wait, Naysha Lopez has more money than Evie Ali won on All Star 7.
What?
Everyone has had more money than Evie Ali on All Star 7. The same way how everyone has more money than Heidi on this season.
Evie didn't win a lip sync on All Star 7, therefore she did not get a cash tip. Therefore, she made no money.
That's unfortunate.
I'm like, but hey, we gotta look at it this way though. The difference is the fact that Evie did get the 100K. So I mean, ain't none of the asses got that.
Exactly.
That part.
Well,
But Evie deserved to win the lip sync for she already had hers.
well, yes.
I will defend Raja Gemini until the day I die, but yes.
I don't agree with either of y'all.
We'll talk
Game
about
games.
No,
I
I
mean,
said I
they're the
agree.
only choices.
Oh,
I don't agree with you, and I don't agree with him either.
well, Jada should have won the whole thing, but
Thank
Well,
you.
yes. Thank
you. Correct answer.
Jada should have won, but
Since Jada didn't get the main crowd, she should have already had hers.
It's the least they could do since, Monet decided to go for She-Devil instead of Jada, but
oh, whatever.
winner.
Side eye.
We do also get the Tic Tac chit chat moments. I'm gonna start with Kandy's because Kandy's we don't learn a whole lot more about Kandy in this moment. She, her family, and she really wants this. And RuPaul says, "Hi, I'm your biggest fan," and I can only imagine how that would feel. Like, I understand that she was gonna pick Jimbo to win no matter what, and so she's saying, "Hi, I'm your biggest fan." In order, that all felt calculated, at least to me.
Yeah.
I'm very happy that Kandy got that moment because I do believe RuPaul when she says it. But it was definitely orchestrated and calculated. But I do love this moment for Kandy, and I'm very happy that Kandy got this moment with RuPaul.
So Global All-Stars, maybe?
Maybe.
Who knows?
Who knows?
It's giving they finna send Kandy to freaking Australia for Australia versus the world or something.
We're not doing that. I'm not having Kandy on that tiny asset.
Yeah, you can have her in France where they literally have the stage directly opposite from the workroom.
Same with
It's so
Philippines.
Same with Philippines.
Mm-hmm.
Same.
I said Australia because
I mean, I'm not mad at that,
down.
though.
Put her
I'd
on
be very
Mexico
down with-
versus the world.
That would be cute. Oh no, I was gonna say I wouldn't be. I said Australia because I wouldn't be against Queen Kong in a versus the world season either.
Queen,
And I think if Kandy and Queen Kong were in a season together, that kind of would be really badass.
Could you imagine a lip sync between Kandy Muse and Queen Kong?
I know
Totally.
that's what
I
I'm
would
talking
see that.
about. Like,
When are we getting-
Hillz.
If we were to bring in more international assassins, which I know is never going to happen because let's be real, this assassin kid is over with. They could have brought Queen Kong. They could have brought some other girls.
Beverly
like
killed.
Diamante.
Diamante, definitely.
Well, I mean, if the twist is going to end, at least it ended with Priyanka. That's all I have to say about that.
What's her name? It's Piranha.
Hello.
What's that bitch name?
Piranha.
I mean, and that was also the reason too why so many people were a little bit getting annoyed with the lip sync assassin format for this season because they were like, okay, some of these people aren't assassins. Love her to death, but why did y'all bring Nikki?
Why'd y'all? I love her with every fiber.
I love
of
Miss
my-
Down.
I love her with every fiber of my being. But why was Angeria a lip sync assassin?
Right, like little
I
things
love-
like that.
At this
Chanel
point,
as well. I mean,
this point,
love her down.
No, Chanel's a lip sync assassin.
No, Chanel is an assassin.
she is an
Won
assassin.
a lip sync on season 1.
Okay, but she is a performer out of the show. She is a performer.
One lip sync. She didn't lip sync a single time on All Stars 1. Chad,
Baby,
lip-synced.
I've seen Chanel lip sync. I've seen Chanel lip sync.
I've
Chanel
seen
can clear.
Chanel lip sync.
Chanel
I
can
have
clear
no
half.
problems with her stuff
of the
out
run
of
of
the
the
show. I am just saying, based off of her Drag Race tenure. Okay.
No, I
It
mean,
was
well, I'm
10
talking
years
about
ago.
before. Yes, I'm talking about, and I'm also talking about before she got on Drag Race.
I mean,
I knew about Chanel before season 1, so I'm very much like she's been that girl for a minute.
That's why I made the excuses for Nikki mean like maybe Nikki's a phenomenal performance outside of Drag Race.
No, she's not. I've seen it. No.
Well,
She's so pretty.
I defended her all I can.
Oui.
I had to defend my Goofy Queen for a while, but now looking back at it, I feel like Boo Boo the Fool.
What? No, it's okay.
It's okay. But we got Paranka. That probably opened the doors for her to be on All Winners in 2032.
So happy with that. I'd be so happy with that.
Frankly, RuPaul did kind of like crown her a winner, so I mean,
there we go. So yes, we also got Jimbo's TikTok chit chat where I'm gonna say for the first time on a Drag Race franchise, actually learned something human about Jimbo. And I do not mean that in a shady way whatsoever. But this is kind of the first time we learn anything about Jimbo's family life, about Jimbo's upbringing. Because, correct me if I'm wrong, I do not remember anything about it on Canada's Drag Race or on UK versus the World.
Nope.
So I was very thrilled to hear a little bit more about Jimbo's upbringing. And really, honestly, it did kind of just fully encompass this whole season of Jimbo. And I'm really just like, yes, Jimbo, do the damn thing. Like I'm not going to go into details, but Jimbo's life experience as a child very much so echoes my own. And so knowing that about him now, there's a little bit more endearment for me towards Jimbo than I had before. And again, I think Jimbo is incredibly talented and has the best package on this season. But I just loved learning something a little bit human about Jimbo, and seeing that in this moment was the perfect thing to have happen.
Yeah, I agree. As a big Jimbo fan, I actually did not know that Jimbo didn't drink. And well, now I know not only she doesn't drink, but it's a very justified reason. It makes me curious if it's something that's always been a choice for her not to drink. Because if so, that's something I could relate to. I've never had alcohol. I never plan on it. And it comes from seeing a lot of things. Nobody in my direct family drink, but I've still seen a lot of alcoholism. I've seen a lot of death come from alcohol. So yeah, there's just been a lot of reasons that I've avoided it. So that just connects me even more to Jimbo. So I really respect Jimbo a lot for being so vulnerable about this situation.
Heard.
Yeah. Any other thoughts on the Jimbo of it all? In this moment, at least?
it was. No. I don't say it was nice to see vulnerability, but it was nice to get to connect to Jimbo a little bit more. Again, as I have made abundantly clear, not a big fan.
What?
Well, yeah, truly, honestly. I mean, have you seen the shoes? I don't know. I can't think of anything offhandedly that wasn't the breastplate, and it felt weird.
Anyway.
Regardless. But like, it was nice to get to see Jimbo outside of the character and more as a person. Because again, we are seeing an edited version of these people. You know, this is not them. This is what WoW and Paramount and whoever want us to see of them. So it was nice to see more of Jimbo that wasn't just the clown, Shirley Temple, whatever. If that makes any sense.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Absolutely.
So we get a little bit of rehearsal with Miguel Zarate, and Kandy does very well. And Jimbo is Jimboing the best Jimbo way that Jimbo can Jimbo. It's really the only way to describe that. Like, Jimbo with Jimboing, and, you know, will continue to Jimbo in the near Jimbo future.
Jimbo.
No Jimboing.
Oh, wow. So yeah, we go into the workroom for the final day. Everybody's there except for Heidi. And
But not forgotten Heidi in closet.
yes, they do acknowledge Heidi in this moment, which I really appreciated. They took time to make sure that Heidi was acknowledged and her contributions to this season were acknowledged, which I love.
Can I say one thing real quick?
Yes.
Just about Jimbo's performance when he came to when you were doing the the Jimbo thing or whatever. I think it's funny because I remember hearing someone that I've always thought was funny say that Trix Mattel lip syncing reminds them of someone swimming underwater. I feel like that Jimbo lip syncing reminds me of someone like stuck in midair. I feel like he's just he's just floating in midair and he can't get down. That's what I think of when I think of Jimbo lip syncing.
And somehow trips over air.
Well.
Oh, I have something to say too. It's off topic, but Brandon, I love your hair. Eve, I live for your hair.
Oh.
Thank you.
Oh,
that means mine is better.
Fuck my drag, right?
No, I loved it when Naysha said that.
Oh my god.
Oh, right.
Said that to Jimbo. Jimbo, I love your drag. Kandy, I live for your drag. And Jimbo's like, oh.
Oh, I remember that.
Sorry, not everybody got the reference, I guess.
No, I didn't remember that moment because I don't really remember much that Naysha does. So
the most screen time she's gotten all season from us. I mean, really.
All I remember was
I know you live in the same city as her, Eve, but
Eve said, "Sip that tea."
Talk that tea.
Talk that tea.
Hold on.
Oh, okay.
I love that drink.
I love that drink.
I love the drink.
Thank you guys for watching our new.
Okay, I'm good.
Shall we talk about the finale looks of the queens minus Heidi?
Please.
Yes.
Great.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Also, to preface this, because we did mention Heidi's in closet is Runway. Luckily enough and thankfully enough, Heidi is now going to start releasing her looks from this season on Instagram. She said that it was always her plan to release her looks. She just didn't want to do it until the season was over with. So,
of course.
Yes, we did see one of them. So
should we do a separate video? What is this format?
No.
I was just like, well, there's only 3 of us.
I about to say, did you just Lana me and take me out the video?
Absolutely not. Intentionally. I did not do that intentionally.
It's like, again, I'm telling you, it's the Ghost of Momo shade.
Oh my god. I'm trying to figure out what format looks best.
Is this gonna
That's fine.
We're gonna settle on this and just
we'll settle this for now.
Everyone's gonna have to be okay with it.
Wait, we can't see the shoes or the bottom of the outfits.
The shoes.
I like this one.
Yeah, this is fine.
Can we do? Oh,
this is the one we normally do. I couldn't find it.
Oh,
it's been a long day.
Fair enough.
what happens if we get a 7th person?
Well,
I mean, that happened with Philippines, so
yeah, we just all got smaller.
We get smushed.
Yes.
you're gonna be a gentleman and let your wife take the spot, right?
Absolutely.
That's what you're saying.
Category is
finale Fabulosity, and first up, Monica Beverly, Hillz.
Ooh,
yes.
She said the color purple.
Yeah.
Will.
Oh shit, I forgot. Okay. Obviously, I've said this plenty of times on this pod. I'm a sucker for purple. I wish she won I kind of wish she won the thing games based off of this look alone, so I can say that she's a part of the Purple Rain. You know, along the likes of Lawrence Cheney, Jade Essence Hall, and Mother Raja O'Hara. But I live in my delusion world, so this look is amazing. I love the feather moment. This is cute, and yeah. Next.
I thought that this look was very, very cute. I think this is the first time that we've seen anything like this gowny from Monica ever. And so I love that we got to see her take that take on it. Her take on it. It's very 1920s to me. And I thought it was cute. I thought it was cute for her. Not saying that in a shady way, but I thought it was very cute for her. It's like Monica said, she still likes to show a little leg. She still likes to be a little sexy. That's why she's got the shoulders out and stuff. But it's still her version of sexy finale glam. And I'm like, work, sis. Eat it up.
Yeah, a lot of her looks this season have been pretty small. So I like that she went really big in the finale with this huge tulle boa. And she almost kind of gives me like Flapper Girl vibes here. So I really like this. And the purple hair on her is also a good touch. So yeah, she did a good job.
First off, I would like to thank Drag Race All Stars for providing a salute to Miss Loretta Devine with this category name, finale Fabulosity. Love to see it. Secondly, if you haven't gotten that, watch Secret Celebrity Drag Race Season 2. Don't actually. Just watch the
It's good.
Just
No,
go.
it's not.
I like that.
Half the
I'm
people up there
glad-
said no.
I'm glad you are in the minority.
Okay,
You know
I
what?
love me some Tatiana Ali that season.
Okay, yes, we adore her. Don't
It's
watch
funny.
this season.
It's funny because Secret Celebrity is the reason why I wanted to start joining in on the cup in the first place. But looking back,
Chapiana.
It was a choppy.
Chapiana or like
shout out to
Chapiana.
Eve.
Regardless, this look is stunning. This is probably my favorite look she's had all season outside of maybe the Girl Scout look. It's a close call. But the
Bookends.
purple looks so good on her. It's so pretty. I love it.
Yeah, echoing David, like glad that Monica went big for this, whereas like her other outfits were pretty small. But again, this was good because like we got to see how much like Monica has changed since season 5. So like I'm so happy to see this because like I freaking love like what she did with the leg here. Is it a boa? I can't tell.
Yes, and I'm about to bring up who the boa is made by just here in a second. So.
Okay, yeah, love this boa. Like, give me more. Just give me more. Yeah, great.
Yes. So the garment was her daughter, Abigail Beverly Hillz, doing a lot for her mama. So I appreciate that. The boa is actually Aurora Gosmic, which I love. Aurora Gosmic.
Did Abigail take credit for this again?
No, unfortunately, she only took credit for the dress.
Okay.
Abigail did the thing.
It's funny because in Chicago there are 2 people that make these kind of jumbo style boas. One of them is Aurora, and then the other person's the brand is called Boyfriend Boas.
Yeah.
It's Bambi Banks' partner.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Should we be drinking? Oh,
No, because
Yes. Oh, word.
no.
Yes.
Oop, that was live.
Okay. Anyway,
She'll watch this. I don't care.
No, she doesn't. This is the single best thing for me that Monica has ever worn. I think this is incredible. This is just so good. The hair, the boa, the dress, the shoulders. I'm just scores.
Logan, you can go first.
Honestly, another comment aside from this is one of my favorite looks of her, aside from maybe her Met Gala and her Miss Fill in the Blank look, because I personally like the garment, just not the concept of what she was going with. But this is gonna be a 95 for me. Actually, no, full.
Come on, full. I will give her a 95.
I'll give her a 73.
99.
I'm gonna give it a 96.
I'm gonna very happily give Monica a full. I think for me, she deserves it in this look, and
Yay!
I love Monica.
Love you, sister.
Yes. If you want to come on the podcast, Monica Beverly Hillz, please. We have a button devoted to you.
Prove it. Devoted for you. One of us is getting a shirt from the Bible Girl collection that you gave us.
Also, can clap.
Period. Next up is good old Miss Naysha Lopez. I will say, I to my knowledge, she did not credit on Instagram who made the dress, but the coat is Joshua Naponte.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I love it.
I'm not surprised. we'll go ahead.
When the season was first announced, and when I saw that Naysha was going to be on this list, I was like, why? Mainly because I sort of had beef for her at one point on Twitter when she was beefing with one of the queens, and she had to block me on my old account, but that has since been done and gone because Elon suspended that account. But I like Naysha to an extent, I guess. I tolerate her. And this look was okay. No, I'm kidding. This look was phenomenal. This look was better than any of the looks she gave us for the Fame Games because her Fame Game package, no. But this is amazing. And I love this coat that Joshua made. I definitely want to get a commission from Joshua at one point in my life. This looks stunning.
Yeah, this was gorgeous. I would say this is one of my favorite looks that she's done out of her Fame Games package, quote unquote. I won't say that this was my favorite out of all of them, but I feel like it was top 3 out of the 3 that she did that I just really gravitated with, including this one. But yeah, no, it was nice. It was sickening. The hair was right, the mug was right, the coat was right. All the tones went together. It was very much one of those where I'm like, okay, girl, now if you would have been doing this all season.
This is what she was crying about in the work. This is what she was crying about in the tech. This was the package she was talking about crying. Like, I brought so many amazing looks in the season and I want to get to showcase them. This is the look she's talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I do like this a lot. For me, it's all about the coat, though. I've said it before. My favorite color combination is brown and blue, and so just the colors of it alone was enough to really win me over. But the shape is also incredible. The dress itself is okay. I think I might have liked it in a baby blue, but then it might have been too much blue. So I don't know. It's hard to say. And also the nude illusion isn't quite working for me. But still, overall, I think it was a very good night.
I don't know. I don't dislike it. It feels a bit disjointed, and I can't really tell why. Something feels a little off to me. I like the coat. I think the coat looks great. I like the gown. I just don't think I like them together. I think that's the issue for me. Do love the pink hair though. Pink hair for days. Love it. But I don't know. It just feels like ketchup and ice cream. They're good separate, but put them together. It's pass.
It's the way you reference ketchup and ice cream with this.
Yeah.
Everybody got that reference. Get a cookie.
Anyway,
well, the coat's the ice cream.
Yes, for sure.
I mean, I kind of agree with you in a sense, when I look at this as well, but it matches surprisingly because, when you look at it together, because, you have the pink dress, the pink wig, and then this, is it paisley? I can't tell.
No, it's a print, but I don't know exactly what the print is.
But the blue print goes well with the necklace that she's wearing. That's why it ties in pretty well in my opinion. I love this this pink dress moment. I wish the nude was for the whole thing. I wish was went a neck up for me. So, but overall, this was good for Naysha for me. So,
I absolutely agree with Brook. I'm not going to make a ketchup and ice cream analogy because I don't want to, but I absolutely think the gown and the hair together is a gorgeous look, and the coat is Josh Wan did the damn thing, as they always do.
Josh Wan did the thing.
But yeah, I love the coat. I think the dress is fine, but yeah, scores.
This is going to be 96.
I am uncomfy.
That was intense.
That was nightmare fuel.
I'm
Please don't do that
sorry.
again.
Apologies to headphone users.
Please don't do that again. I have AirPod Maxes on, and I swear to you, I felt that in my soul.
No.
This I will give a 95 to as well.
It's going to be a 93 for the coat, but as a look overall, it's an 80.
65.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Honestly, for me, this is a full. So.
Okay. Great. Love it.
Party.
I'm gonna give Naysha an 80. Next up is Mrs. Kasha Davis. The gown is by the Maya Douglas, who I believe is a queen. Her Instagram is private, but I believe she's a drag queen. Thank you for the confirmation, Eve. And the hair is...
She is, she's a former Continental winner.
Oh, right.
I
thought that sounded
I didn't
familiar.
that at all.
I thought
Yeah, Maya Douglas is legendary drag girl.
My apologies to Maya Douglas. We'll go right ahead.
Maya Douglas, you did the damn thing. Mrs. Kasha Davis, you look stunning, amazing, wonderful. I mean, this is very Kasha. She looks very demure, very fashionable, ready to go to like some gala down in upstate New York. She looks beautiful. This is like, I think, one of the few black and white looks I've seen her in. Let me check my references because
she did it for the reveal runway.
Okay, this is better than the reveal runway. But this is amazing. She looks gorgeous. Sorry, private chat. But she looks amazing. Yeah, next.
Brook, there you go. Good girl. I was like, Brook, you might not want to hear this one.
Oh no, you're go ahead. I'm actually about to different.
Okay, cool. Okay, work. Now that Brook's not here.
I also like Mrs. Kasha Davis. Thank you very much, Eve.
The doors are fighting.
But no, you can leave too.
No. Say what you're gonna say.
I was like, I'm still gonna say what I'm gonna say. You can leave too.
Please do.
No. Pros and cons when it comes to this look. I feel like more the black dress and the black and white part up here with the lapel and the outer print of the dress. That's the pro for me. The con for me is I do not like these black and white horizontal stripes on the inside of this dress. When she walked out and then flowed behind her, I'm sorry, but it just gave me circus tint. I have no idea why, or like mime or something like that. I was just like, I have no idea why she is so dead set on using vertical black and white stripes. Like this girl is in jail or something. But I'm like, Beyonce said, release the wiggle, release yourself, baby. Release it. Release yourself from the shackles of black and white vertical stripes, Miss Kasha Davis. One of them could have been pink. You know what I mean? They could have been pink and white or pink and black or something. But it's just like, I feel like that she jumps to black and white and she always goes, this is a classic, da-da-da. And I'm like, okay, everything doesn't have to be black and white for it to be classic.
To add on to what Eve said, I feel like the black and white makes sense because judging by her Fangames package, she has committed several fashion crimes. Lock her up.
See, I'm just like, it's one of those where it's like, for me, I would have loved it more if the inside just matched the entire outside of that print and it was just that print everywhere. Because I think the outside print of that black and white is stunning, but it's like, I don't know, black and white vertical stripes just go so basic for me. And then, like I said, it's just basic and it kind of gives me jail. And I'm just kind of like, I'm not crazy about it. Yeah. It's all right.
Well, they didn't stand out too much to me, so I don't have a problem with the stripes.
Of course they did, David.
I think she looks very elegant and sophisticated in this look. Sure, it's a bit simple, but okay. Sometimes simple works. And like Eve was saying, I really like the outside print. It's kind of giving me like that Rorschach, like ink blot test vibe. Like you can look at it and see all types of different things. And what does it say about your personality? I don't know. But yeah, she looks very good.
I really don't want to say my thoughts on this look. I really don't.
Say them. Say them loud.
Eve, get your chopsticks out. I mean, okay, here's the thing. Okay,
I already had them sitting here.
I love Mother. Okay, I love her down. She didn't even get my Fame Games vote in the end. I voted for Jaymes Mansfield. But, like, that was revealed on the pod last week. You didn't watch. You didn't watch. But for me, okay, my biggest problem is why are the prints not swapped? Like, for me, like, I don't even mind the black and white stripe of it all because we've seen repetitive patterns on the show. I don't care. But, like, the black of the dress would look so cool on the inside of the cape if that print was on the dress. Like, literally, if you flip where the prints are at or, like, flip the color palettes, it would look so much better. Also, is that a hat on there? I can't even really tell from the screenshot.
It's just a
big hair wig.
There's
she
something
does
wrong
these
with
looks where it looks like her hair was supposed to be in an updo, and 5 minutes before she got on the runway, it fell down. And so it's like
the wig is
like
just
wiggling.
so bad. And Kasha, I love you. Okay, you are legitimately one of my favorite Ru girls of all time. Okay, no shade. Choppyana.
Mind you, this was Brook's Original Fame Games winner, so
Hey, I have been fair the entire season. Okay, I have been honest with all of my takes and how I feel about a look. I don't like it.
Mr. Talented is somewhere cackling right now.
Interesting. Okay. I mean, I like this. I really like this. The black velvet is just what gives this to me a lot. I love the paisley print. I love like I do agree with the stripes in a way. I do agree with Eve in a way that like it does look like circus tent in a sense. However, with the upper straps though, like it goes with the collar. It goes well with that actually. So I'm not mad at it. So I'll say that.
I honestly just wish I think this is fine. I don't dislike this look whatsoever. I think for me, get rid of the black and white stripe and just have the whole thing be the paisley print, and the paisley print against the black would have been lovely for me. That's really all I needed personally. So, scores for Kasha, unless Brook, you have one other thing.
I wanted to say one more thing. Ape, the way it is like laid out, it makes it look like a duvet or like a comforter.
That's what I was gonna say. This is
a nice comforter.
Like, look at the bottom. That's what it looks like.
For this jailhouse bedroom comforter look, she is gonna be getting a 85.
I am gonna give this a 72.
Comfy couture, she getting the 25.
Okay. 90 for me.
I'm gonna give her a 75.
I need the chopsticks for Brook.
Not the chopsticks for Brook.
Just kidding.
Hey, I have been honest all season. Okay.
True.
My opinions, you know?
Fair.
True. Oh, Eve, perfect timing. What's your score for Miss Kasha Davis?
This is great for the audio listeners.
A great time.
She's thinking. Hard.
69.
Nice.
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 And yeah, Mrs. Kasha. That's all. Well, and I oop.
Man, I oop.
Next up is Darienne Lake.
Big girl by you all in bare feet, walking down the dirty city street. Yeah.
It's the double chop for me. Oh no.
Yeah. I'm waiting to do this.
Also, are we gonna?
Go ahead.
It's a triple job.
Oh,
she's
she's gone.
Ooh, she gonna fight y'all.
And she's
She's
back.
back again. Hey, come
Let's go
on,
to
chopsticks.
Hey, y'all.
Hi.
Excuse my tardiness, but I'm here.
Well, I was trying to delay the Mrs. Kasha Davis one. I thought you were going to let yourself in.
Oh no, I saw that and I was like, I'll wait.
Oh.
Not that it was bad. It's just I'll wait.
Well, certain people thought it was.
So. I mean, it was not great, but it wasn't horrible.
We'll go through all of them and circle back to the first three. Lana, if you want to give your scores at the end of the...
I'll do it at the end. I'll just wait.
Great, yes.
Oh, by the way, Eve, you look amazing. Just want to put that out there. Period.
What about your husband?
I mean, you're my husband for a reason. I don't accept shorts. You're fine. Please. But yeah, go ahead. Continue.
Come on, Will.
Go ahead, darling.
Okay. Clearly, it's a triple chop. You got 1 chop, 2 chop, 3 chop, 4 chop, red chop, blue chop, green chop, chocolate chop, I guess. It's a chop. I was so disappointed because I was so disappointed in this, because compared to some of her fashion this season and also last season, I'm like, what the fuck happened? I'm getting war flashbacks to her second look from... Was it her first or second look from the Dripping in Diamonds ball? Ugh. That rainbow jumpsuit where it was giving Job of the Hat, I think Michelle said. She looks good. But you know who she kind of reminds me of? Have you seen the video Tight Pants Body Rolls?
Oh.
Don't do that to Darienne.
I love Darienne Down.
No, that's just downright disrespectful.
You know what? I'm going to make a public apology to Miss Darienne Lake, before I get fired.
Please go ahead, darling.
I haven't seen the video, but just the name was kind of wow.
You don't want to.
I won't. Trust me, I won't go look for it. I'm gonna do just like Jessica Wilde. And right after this podcast, I'm still not watching it. The outfit is giving. This was supposed to be for another challenge, and you wore it for this. Because you cannot tell me that this is what you were planning on. If you were making the top 2 of All Stars, that this is going to be your finale look. I'm sorry, you can't. Because it ain't not one stone on it. That fishnet bodysuit you got on. With this cape that, this half circle cape situation that looked very just design challenge. This is, I guess that's what I was not liking for out of this. This looked like a design challenge almost. I would have been so much happier if this would have been something she all made. Because it was stuff she had to make in the workroom. Not this is the finale. This is your final look. And I was watching other people's reviews of the finale too, and I feel like they were all saying the same thing. It's no one is knocking the fact that Darienne Lake has lost weight and wants to show off her figure, and we are completely okay with that. But it almost became one of those kind of things where it became a niche thing. Almost every other time she came down the runway, she's like, "Look at my figure," and I'm like, "Girl. Okay, we know you got a waist. Now show us something different." You know what I mean? And for me, I'm just to take on the finale look and do it in a bodysuit, that's something Naysha's ass would have did. I'm surprised at you, Darienne. Miss Pandora Box's mother, I'm very surprised at you about this. This ain't no finale look. You know it ain't. I don't know what happened. I don't know what she was going through. But seek help.
For me, it kind of reminded me, you know how sometimes people have a fashion faux pas and they come back a different season and try to redeem it? I feel like Darienne knew she was going to have a fashion faux pas earlier in the season with her Billie Eilish look. And so she came back and tried to redeem it with this look. And I think she did, but not by much. So, this was not great. I didn't hate it, but definitely not up to the level of pretty much everybody else this night.
You know something I just realized? David tells the most interesting stories.
Was that shade?
I don't know, was it?
Brook?
For the 900th time, the Billie Eilish look was not bad. Moving on. This look was fine.
I have to agree with Brook. It was iconic.
Thank you. This look is fine. I love the wig. I liked it before she took off the, what did you refer to it as? Even a half cape? That's basically what it was.
Yeah.
It kind of honestly reminded me of, like, I don't know if anyone here watches like UFC or MMA or whatever, but when they come out with like the ring jacket on and then they take off the jacket, that's what it reminded me of.
Yeah, it was kind of like a little capelet situation thing.
Yeah. For me, wish she would have kept it on. I don't really like.
I like to keep it on, please.
I have been on my bodysuit crusade all season. However, this is just kind of. It's not even a bodysuit. It's just kind of bad. I don't even know what to call it. It's just not great. And also, love you, Darienne, but no.
One thing I want to say,
Runway is absolutely criminal.
One thing I wanted to say to piggyback on what you were saying, Brooke, and what I feel like could have helped this look out is, one, I would have been okay with the bodysuit a little bit more if it was completely rhinestone. If it still had all that on it and it was just stone, that I feel like would add an extra level of oomph to it, where it just wouldn't look like a regular bodysuit. But if she did have the little waist capelet thing on as an actual cape around her neck and it hit the floor and it had a train, that would have been sickening. Then we could have been like, okay, cool, you're up here with these pointy shoulder pads and you have this full like black cape that goes all the way down in this long train behind you with this like emerald green in the inside. Like, it would have gave it so much of an extra layer of oomph to it. And it's just, yeah. Styling issue, I feel like. Styling issue.
Lana?
No.
Brandon?
Yeah, I'm again impressed with the cape, even though of course my mantra of Edna mode, no capes. Anyways,
No kidding.
anyways, but this is okay. It's okay, but I'm not like a really big fan of this. That's all I'll say about that.
Would you call it okay?
That was good. I'm very impressed. That was more impressive than this look.
The bar's low.
The bar is low. The bar is in hell.
Damn.
No. Scores?
Well,
Is Will frozen?
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Donna.
Eve?
Eve, go ahead, darling.
Evelyn to the rescue. 15.
I'll give her a 34.
Plead.
My cup is so broken right now. It cut my hand, sliced it, and I had to go to the hospital and get stitches. That's how broken my cup is. Absolutely not.
You had to
Absolutely
sew
not.
your pinky back on.
They had
Get Lana some antibacterial cream, honey. We don't need her to catch no infection.
period. My hand is almost hanging off the bone. It's so cut. Absolutely not. No.
Absolutely not.
30.
Seven.
Okay.
Almost worse.
It gags me the hardest when David's the one with the highest score.
Yeah.
Well, we don't know what I assume it was not higher than David's, but we don't know what Will's score.
Will's score was so bad that Will had to leave.
Will was like, bye.
Next up, Jaymes Mansfield. Now, if you have not watched James's channel video talking about this look, first of all, do it. Second of all, this is actually a look she borrowed from Miss Alexis Michelle.
I can see it now.
Reads.
I can
reads.
see it now.
That's
so
reads.
Yeah, so this is actually Alexis's garment that she lent to Jaymes specifically for the finale of this season.
Well, since Will's not here, I'll kick things off. I think that it's sickening. I think it's absolutely sickening. We haven't seen a lot of Jaymes doing these showgirl type looks, but she is a Vegas girl, so I love the fact that she was kind of like, for my finale, I want to give you showgirl. And I'm like, work. And since this outfit is borrowed, she borrowed it from a good showgirl, baby, because maybe Miss Alexis Michelle, she's the one you go to when you need the feathers and the headpieces and the boas and the gowns and the stuff like that. And it's funny that you said that, because when she came down, I was like, I don't think I've ever seen Jaymes in orange like this before, especially like that shade of orange. And I was like, this gets very like Alexis, because that's very much kind of her signature color. And then like when you said that, I was like, oh, 2 and 2 make 4. That makes sense. But
The Ask the World Turns look, I think, is the closest we've seen her in something like this. And that was also a bit orange.
Yeah. And it's like with this, I like the fact that even though it is borrowed, it doesn't look borrowed on her. It doesn't look like this is an outfit that somebody gave her and it just doesn't fit her silhouette. It still has a very high level of camp to it that goes with her. Like, she's very much at the intersection of camp and glamour. And this does all of that in spades for her. It was a very, very well put together finale look.
Well, it finally happened. I'm just at the point this season where I'm just tired of showgirl looks. So I'm sorry, but I hate this because I'm sick of showgirl looks. No, I'm kidding.
There won't be any more showgirl looks. So hey,
that's true.
Well,
no, I'm kidding. When she came out, I literally at first thought it was Kahanna, which is a huge compliment to Jaymes. If you've been following my scores, I think this looks really, really good on her. There's not much. I see one thing I can nitpick, and I'm not going to because it's not worth it because this looks so good on her.
But what is it? I want to know.
The nude illusion.
Yeah, it's a nude, like especially around the sleeve,
around the
shoulder. But you made me, Eve. I was trying to be nice.
I was looking hard to be like, what could you say? I was like, oh no, I see it.
Well, as my Fame Game winner, she got all 10 of my votes. I will say, after this look, I do not feel like I misplaced those votes even a little bit. I really enjoy this. And, it's different for her. And I think that's good. I mean, I wish this was something we could have seen in the competition.
Yeah.
On the show. But, I mean, again, I love Jaymes Mansfield down. She is probably, my second favorite Ru girl. So seeing her, do so well this season and have this really great package, in my opinion, throughout the show was so amazing to see. And, granted, we did talk a lot about Kahanna repeating the showgirl looks over and over and over again. This isn't Kahanna, so I'm not going to judge Jaymes based off of someone else doing a similar style of look to her. Right. It's outstanding. Orange looks so good on her too. I love it when queens step out of their box and pull colors or styles that don't normally do, and it still manages to work so well for them. I think it's a prime example.
I am so excited that this is Jaymes Mansfield. Throughout the season, we saw some looks that I was like, okay, these are good. And this is all right. This is nice. Nothing that made me go, oh my God. This made me go, oh my God. Jaymes, you look beautiful. You look stunning. I love the orange on her. I love the headpiece. And if you, you said, if you go borrow something from the best person and make it look amazing. And she looks fantastic. I have no problems with this look at all.
I just have one thing to say for this. She did what needed to be done.
Period.
Oh, was that all for real?
Yes.
I don't want to talk over you. That's fine. Because as someone who has very, very closely followed Jaymes since season 9 and was really, really excited for any kind of opportunity for her to get back on Drag Race and prove, hey, I'm more than just 14th place on season 9 or something like 13th.
First boo, even
Well,
Like,
I know, but I'm just saying, like, whatever her actual placement was, the number. I don't remember how many girls were on that season. But point is, to see her evolution from then to now to this moment is really, I'm really, really happy to see it. I also love that she borrowed this from someone in her new, home city. She did say in her video that she just fully ran out of money, and that's a lot of the reason why she borrowed a look. But I also do love that, like, this really does encompass the past, present, and future of Jaymes Mansfield. Because this is, what she's doing now. She's in Vegas. She's doing her showgirl thing, but still keeping it so Jaymes Mansfield. And I love to see it. I'm thrilled for her. And I cannot wait to see what she does with the rest of her career moving forward.
Yay, Jaymes.
Scores.
All right then, Miss Jaymes, you filled that cup, baby. It's overflowing for me.
I'm going to give Jaymes a 90. 90.
Wow.
that is high praise from David Healy.
I'm very happy to hear that.
The full, overflowing, Cindy the TV is leaking, whichever one we're going with for this episode.
All of the above.
Yes. I left my cup in the bottom of the ocean with Peach, and it's still there. Thank you, Jaymes. It's overflowing. It is overflowing. Period.
All right, Peach.
All right, Peach. Stop it. I was saying because it's amazing, and he had Titanic, and it was a beautiful piece. There was. I hate you guys.
Welcome to the pun episode of the podcast, everyone.
Yes.
David, I'm just trying to figure this out. So, David, you're going to take my joke and use it against me when my draft pick went home. Okay, cute. I just want to make sure we were figuring that out. I just want to make sure I was figuring out what was happening.
Okay, and I do want to say real quick that you said, Logan, about how Jaymes was just so open and vulnerable about just running out of money and had to borrow a look. I love the vulnerability and the openness in that because, baby, all of us get to a point where we need to borrow something and we need some help. And the fact that she was like, look, I came on this show and I got the best looks that I can give, but I ran out of money. Period. And somebody in my drag sister said, you know what? I got you. And that is so beautiful. That is so beautiful and such an amazing community to have. That makes me just love Jaymes Mansfield just a small bit more. And Alexis Michelle. Mateo. What did I say, Michelle?
No,
Mateo.
the one on this season.
No, not her. Alexis Mateo. That I don't even know her, but I love her. So that just makes me.
Alexis Mateo is great. Bam.
I'm sure. But that just makes me love her, all of this a whole lot more. That they will be so vulnerable to say that and be like, this is what happened.
Manifesting this out to the universe real quick. Oh, sorry. Go ahead. Okay. No, real quick. I just wanted to kind of manifest this out into the universe. It really would be a kick-ass runaway category if maybe they did something where it was like My Sister's Drag or something like that, and it was like a look borrowed from another Ru girl.
Oh, I love that.
That is not a makeover. That is not a makeover.
I think that could be so badass.
That would be so cute.
I feel like that would only be doable in All Stars, but I absolutely think it would be phenomenal.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Especially if there's a girl there who has a family member that was on Drag Race, they can be like, I'm wearing my mom's this, or I'm wearing, you know what I mean? Like it could be like wearing one of their entrance looks or something like that. Like I feel like that would be sickening.
That would be sick. I would love that. But okay, sorry.
First and foremost, R.I.P. Cactrice. With that being said, the cup is overflowing.
Not Cactrice again.
Yes, Cactrice. If you know,
no, I can't.
Can I tell you that I went back and I watched that video, and I literally was crying laughing watching Lana fight for her life for like 45 minutes.
This is why I can't do it with y'all. Don't do it again.
Oh no.
Check out our most recent episode of our Drag Race Mexico reviews to understand who and what Cactrice was.
It was so funny.
Next up, Kahanna Montrese.
You know what?
My fave game winner. baby.
My Fame Game winner as well.
Mine too.
I didn't vote in the Fame Game, but that would have been mine too.
I voted. I gave her a vote.
Can I say this to?
It's your turn. It's your turn to start off anyway. Go say whatever you need to say, Eve.
I was gonna say I wanted to say this to the testament of David having an issue with new illusions and stuff that don't work. This works so well because of the fact that it wasn't nude illusion, it was just so sheer that you saw her body through it. Because there were parts that I didn't even I thought that it was just that color of the dress until the dress moved and I saw her moving underneath it. I said, "Oh, wait, no, it's almost like a see-through dress." I was like, this is once again as well another Joshua Ponte look. He stuck his foot in that one. He did. Jeez.
Shook him all.
Yeah, I had very high expectations for her, especially because she was saying her favorite look of the season was her finale look.
We can see why.
I absolutely see why. Yeah, she came out, she did her little reveal too, and it did not disappoint. She was so over the top with her explanation. I've got the bones of my ancestors, but I didn't care. I was eating up every word she was saying. I'm like, yes, feed me. I love it. So, man, I cannot say how much I have grown to love Kahanna this season. This is stellar.
I feel like that she really got a good redemption on this season from her first season. A lot of people I think are putting a lot more respect on Kahanna, which they should.
It's fine. I'm kidding. I just want to see if you guys your faces. No, this is great. This look is outstanding. It's giving me very much like Beyonce pregnancy reveal.
That's exactly what it is.
Without the baby bump.
Yeah.
I'm here for it, honestly. I didn't vote for her in the Fame Game mainly because I do think her silhouette did get a bit repetitive throughout the season. My honest opinion, she was definitely attention for it, but like, no, I just thought Jaymes' package was a little bit better in my opinion. No, it's not popular opinion, but yeah, this is outstanding. Also, I love it whenever they have, I don't even know what the right word is because it's like the big wing of it all. It almost reminds me of like the Tuck did that one thing with like the Orlando.
Yeah, I remember.
It's not a good one. That's the only one I can think of offhand.
With the booty hole sign.
Yes, that was correct. But like the big like lift up piece of this garment is so gorgeous.
Alexis Michelle did that too on her season.
I was gonna say, yeah. Same runway.
Same runway. This reminds me of, it's kind of giving change purse, and I mean that in a nice way. Like the shape of it looks a bit like a change purse.
Okay.
I'm never not gonna be able to see that now.
I mean, I can see it, but it's a high class change purse.
It's a high class,
very luxurious change purse.
You're shopping at Versace.
See, this hasn't helped me out though, because now all I think of is the Family Guy episode when Stewie was asking Brian if he could help him shave his coin purse, and that's now what this looks like.
Oh, stop!
It looks like
Lana, would you like to give your thoughts on this?
I just want to say, if this is a change purse, I would stick something in her coin slot.
Oh my God, I'm sure.
Yeah.
And this is why I waited to come home to do this podcast and jump on with you all, because I was not going to take this with me where I was and try to podcast where I was. So thank you. Anyway, what can you say about perfection? I saw this look before I watched the show because it was all over Twitter and it was all on my timeline. And then Kahanna dropped her video of her in the water with this look, and I was like, oh, it just gets better and better every single time I see it. I think I watched her video like 20 times because it was just so pretty, and it just excited me to watch this. Like we watched her all season and like, oh, a showgirl, look, she's gorgeous. Kahanna's gorgeous and knows that Kahanna is gorgeous. Body amazing. She knows her body is amazing. She worked hard, as she said. I paid and I did what I had to do for this body, so you go see it. And we saw all her looks and her showgirls, and everybody was complaining about the showgirls, and I'm like, but they're good showgirls. So what you complaining about? As long as they're good, why are we complaining? Because they're good. But then she comes out in this, and it's like it's everything that she's been talking about throughout the season on herself. Like, yes, I'm a showgirl. She's giving us still showgirl. She's still giving us showgirl in this look. But it's glamorous showgirl. She was like, I worked on my body. My body looks amazing. Look at it. And we look at her. Oh, this is perfect. Her makeup, her skin looks so dewy and just, I am in love with this look. This is absolutely my most favorite look I've seen on this entire runway, this entire season. And I will fight me on it. Argue with your mama. This is my favorite look that I've seen this entire season on anybody, period.
Not a bad pick.
No.
I've said it this entire season, ever since the cast assessment. I love Kahanna so much. Again, so excited to see her when she was on this, like when she was like rumored. And now, like, seeing this, she did what needed to be done.
Oh, you could have left it up. That's all I have to say. There really is nothing else to be said.
I mean, elaborating on that, she did more than what needed to be done.
She exceeded
the most.
everything. She did the most. Respectfully, she did the most.
I want to say two things real quick before I give my score. One, I want to applaud the crap out of Kahanna. And this is something that's kind of little, but it's also something that I've noticed a lot. And I'm like, you actually made that work. When it comes to using sunflowers in drag, for some reason, sometimes they can come off looking kind of cheap, kind of Hobby Lobby. This in no way looks like that. And I love the fact that it just gives me this like blooming bright flower. It doesn't look like she just hot glued these on. Like, you know what I mean? Like it accentuates and heightens the whole dress, and it's just gorgeous. And also at the same time, second thing, my thing that I was the happiest with Kahanna this season is on her original season, the critique that they gave her the most the main critique they gave her before they sent her home was she's a beautiful girl, but she does not know who she is yet. This Kahanna Montrese knows who she is. And I'm so happy that she's been able to figure that out and find out what really works for her and just monopolize on that, because everything that I've seen on the runway and throughout the challenges this entire season has just been like true to form as who Kahanna Montrese says that she is and what she delivers. And I was like, I live for that. I so live for the fact that you're in your element now. And I'm so happy to get a chance to see it. So my score for her, overflowing. Full cup, baby. Couple of cups. Like unlimited, like soup, salad, and breadsticks cups. Like unlimited.
Period.
And seeing as how David Healy is not here, I will be anointing Kahanna Montrese with, I believe, the first ever gilded cup. This cup is golden as fuck. Like, honestly, like, come on. Tell me that you can't see this. And golden, gilded. It's gilded as hell. And also, it's a full cup, obviously.
It's a chalice.
Chalice. She's fancy. She gets a chalice.
Here's my cup for Kahanna. And it is freaking full, completely overflowing, is drowning me. Like my whole house is underwater because of so much water, how full I am for Kahanna. And the fact that this woman came out and was like, I'm doing this for my ancestors, and her whole speech. I can't. I love when Black excellence is shown and on television and looking like that, like undeniable. Like when you're at Black excellence and it's undeniable, I'm here for it. She is undeniably being amazing and excellent. Period.
Echoing that, so obviously overflowing. So,
Duh. David.
Oh, I am gonna give Kahanna a full cup. Yes.
What?
Yes. So
It
that
was
makes
tough.
this
That makes her
our
one of the
first,
best.
our first perfect score of the season.
I'm
At
about
least.
to say that means
No,
wait,
give her
that
a-
means from David's point of view, this is one of the best outfits that
It is.
walked RuPaul's Drag Race
It
history.
absolutely is.
Ever.
Yes.
Period.
And I'm
Dave,
gonna say that
banana look a fool.
yes, but not everybody did, so it didn't get a perfect score on this panel.
My apologies.
Yes. I meant like as a whole. Yeah, we gave this a perfect score. I'm gonna say Kahanna has had the single best glow up in Drag Race history.
Mm.
Yeah.
In contention for guaranteed minimum, like
Yeah.
It does seem a lot like she was. Oh, sorry.
No, you go ahead.
I was gonna say it does seem 100%. Like I said before, like she showed up. She was one of those girls who probably had the personality and like she didn't have all the charisma, uniqueness, nerve, and talent yet. She had the talent, but she still had to get like the other three in there. And like it was like almost like I guess I would say for me, even though she is kind of problematic as of right now, I would liken like what you were saying when it comes to the biggest glow up to Shangela. But I do feel like this is very on par with Shangela too, kind of coming in and having the raw talent and not knowing really what to do with it yet, and then coming back later and knowing who she is, what she wants to deliver, and still having that talent on top of it, being like, yep, now you're ready. Now you're ready.
Period.
I would love to see Kahanna come back for a Versus the World season.
Ooh.
no,
I agree.
wearing that change purse because she is about to get some coin, and
Period.
we're all ready.
Period.
All right.
Period.
The Lala Ri experience.
I can't.
I
Why
was gonna
everybody? Go ahead.
Go ahead. I was gonna say, yeah, pretty much. Best thing she's run on the runway ever to me, honestly, ever. Like it still has a layer of, and this is no shade to her, it does still have a layer of Lala Ri simplicity to it. Like for me, I almost feel like that she could probably detach the bottom part of this off, and it's a bodysuit, and she can go into some high kicks and and stuff like that. She needs to really like kick out a performance kind of a thing, but it's a silhouette and a style I feel like that I've wanted to see from her for a while, and it looks really good on her. It looks really good.
To quote Monica Beverly Hillz, the Lala Ri leotard experience.
Hello.
Yeah, this looks stunning. I will say it's not my favorite from her this season because I really love that Grace Jones look she had, but this might be second. And that the actual bottom part of the dress is really what grabs me and pulls me in. It just looks like one giant rose, like with so many petals just overlaying. So yeah, she looks stunning in this.
Once again, drag queen from France. Notes. Take them. With a ballpoint pen. Don't use a pencil. Don't erase them. Use a Sharpie.
Sharpie, permanent.
I did mention this before the podcast. We were talking about some stuff. You might have noticed the pronouns below. That's all I'm going to say. Yet another reason I was getting some mad gender ending this week, because this is the kind of like stunning drag that, I mean, no shade to Lala Ri. Haven't really seen from her much this season. No shade. Because again, she keeps within her zone for the most part, and that's not a bad thing. I think it works for her because she at least changes up her silhouette sometimes. But like, this is just the most. This might be my favorite gown I've ever seen on the show. I'll be honest. Like, I love it. That red, that like scarlet, like crimson red is just so pretty. I people need to wear this color more. One, but two, this looks so good on her. And the red wig, and the gloves, and the texture of the outfit. It's so perfect. Like Lana said, how do you talk about perfection? It doesn't matter if it's simple. Like it's beautiful.
Okay. I'm in love with this dress. I just think the bottom of this dress is so stunning. Like, I'm not a ruffle girl. I don't really care for ruffles that much. Like, I would never wear a lot of ruffles because that's just not my thing. But when I see it done right on someone else, I'm like, oh. maybe I'll try ruffles because but it's so beautiful. And for me, the highlight of this look for me, and this is just me because I used to do this. The finger wave hair is everything because back in my teenage days, I used to rock the finger wave, all the whole head, just the finger waves, and it's just like.
Logan, can we take off the logo on the top so we can see that and just soak it in for a second?
It's just so good. It's just the finger and even her waves. She did the soft finger waves because like some finger waves look real hard, and which is fine too because you got to make it hard and gel and all that.
Gel them and firm, yeah.
Yeah, you got to do all that and firm it, and then spritz it and harden it, everything to keep it together. This is the soft finger wave, and it's still so good. So I'm just like, I'm living my childhood fantasy again. Like, oh, I used to look so cute with my finger waves. Lala looks so cute with her finger waves, and this dress is amazing. It's so good on her skin. And then I was like, are these gloves? Yes, not the see-through glove with the.
We love an opera length glove.
She looks so glamorous. I think this is my second favorite look from Lala as well because I loved her gold look in the beginning. Her first gold look, I was like, this is where I fell in love with Lala Ri. And I was like, oh, is she gonna give me stuff like this all season? She did not, but it's not how you start, it's how you finish. And she finished strong. Baby, you finished strong. And I am here for the Lala Ri experience, period.
Need I say more? I say more?
No.
We're done, and we're gonna keep it up because Logan agrees. I will say one thing before I give my score. My score is still gonna be 100 overflowing cup everything. But I will critique one thing that I did notice that another reviewer noticed as well. And I was like, okay, so I wasn't the only person to clock that. And it didn't fully take me out of it. But it was one of those things I was like, Lala, this could have been the cleanest of sweeps. But this one thing did catch my eye. And someone mentioned, they said, I don't understand. They said, I love the hair, I love the wig, but it makes you feel like that she possibly borrowed it from somebody because the lace was not tinted on that wig at all. So the bad part about it was it looked like she had this like weird light skinned bar going across the top of her forehead. And it wasn't horribly noticeable. Like you really can't even notice it in this picture. But it was when they hit certain shots of her, I was kind of like, ooh, like the wig kind of looked wiggy more than hair. But I feel like that could have just been something if she would have just tinted the lace, just took like the foundation that matches her skin tone on a regular brush and put it on that lace. So that way when she puts it on, it would blend more into her natural skin tone. Then it would have just been a 350% clean sweep. I mean, this is honestly like a 349% clean sweep. So yeah, like I said, still overflowing, still gorgeous. Love the fact that we got a chance to see Lala Ri in something like this because this is do more stuff like this, girl. Like, woo, that was right.
I'm gonna give it a 91.
Did you score?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Make sure.
It was a 100.
There's one. Duh. Okay. Overflowing into a nice pool of that beautiful red color. So beautiful.
It's so beautiful. Yeah.
The TV is leaking.
Y'all already know. We don't need to ask. We know what it is.
Over fucking flowing.
Period.
Duh.
Period.
There's full, there's overflowing, and now there's just duh.
Duh.
Like, what do you think? What do you think?
Anything else? Duh. Okay.
Duh.
That part.
Next.
Oh my God, Alexa.
Now I will say this.
No, you cannot say her name wrong on this occasion. I will not have
You
it.
can't. You got to call her Alexis for this.
No, you have to call her by her government name.
Because she
Alex.
Yes.
Like, this ruby red, the way it was, it just had like these little stone details. They hit the light just right. The coloring of it, the way it falls into the tulle, and then like it like starts coursing, but then it wraps around, and then the tulle comes out from underneath. It just, oh girl, like my God, like I don't know if she decided her and Lala were gonna be the battle of the red dresses or what, but like something made me think that too. Something made me think. So they were like, "That's Alexis's last FU to Lala Ri. So I'm gonna go right after you and wear this red dress." It's like, God damn, but leave that girl alone. She's not gonna have sex with you if you keep trying to do this. But I mean, with this, I have sex with you.
I will say as well, the gown was actually designed and created by Garo Sparrow, who was a finalist on Project Runway. And speaking of that, make sure to go check out our Project Runway reviews available on the Cut TV.
I love when we get Project Runway people that are like dipping their feet into the drag race waters, because we've had some like past Project Runway finales do dresses for the girls, like when Mondo was doing stuff for the girls, and I was like, oh, this is so awesome.
Garo also did the fabulous red look that Jinx wore recently for something. I don't remember exactly what it was, but the big long, the gown that kind of looks like this one, but it's a little bit different. Garo also did them.
Okay, work.
Okay, so this is giving me a little bit of the dun, 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 from the Wiz when it's time to get into the red. And if she was wearing this in the Wiz, she'd be out of place, first of all.
No, she wouldn't have. She wouldn't. She would have been right in Emerald City.
For one reason, she would be out of place.
She'd be the only white person in that whole
Now that she would
that part she would be.
That part she would. But
other than that, she would look sickening with that group, because this color of red is like the best color of red. Like just the way it is shining and shimmering, and it's showing every different shade. Oh my gosh, I really, really, really love this fabric. Like, I think this is maybe one of my favorite fabrics I've ever seen on a gown on Drag Race, period. And usually, like, tulle can be overdone. For me, it still works on this. The only thing I might change is the hair. Like, I would have loved to see this with like a dark brown wig. But still, she looks so good. This is by far one of her best looks.
I like it. I don't think much more needs to be said, but other than that, you can pull up the she did what needed to be done thing if you'd like. But like, that's about it.
We're using it as many times as we can in this episode.
we got 11 looks to get through.
I will also retroactively give a she did what needed to be done to Monica Beverly Hillz. I don't think we did, but I will.
Monica Beverly Hillz
Monica Beverly Hillz is. Lana, go ahead, darling. So sorry.
You're fine. And I will say, Alexa, I will call you what I want to call you. No, I'm just kidding. Alexis.
Yeah, I was like, you hate that girl.
No, wow. I don't hate her. No, honestly, I'm just kidding. Alexis, this dress is stunning. This dress is amazing. I would change the hair. I would want it the same color red as the dress, so it could be just dripping red everywhere. But that's very small and minute when you got this beautiful gown sitting right before you. This is amazing. And I agree. If you're not seeing red, you shouldn't be seen anywhere. Period. Hello. Thank you.
This is so beautiful. Like it really reminds me of Jaymes Monsoon so much looking at this. Like I remember watching this for the very first time. I was just like, okay, Jaymes Monsoon. Like, and
I'm so sorry, Brandon. I need to interrupt you for just a hot second. So this is the gown that Garo Sparrow also designed for Jinx.
Mm-hmm.
That's So just for context, sorry, go ahead.
No, yeah, like I was like my jaw dropped when I first saw this. I was like even the wig is even Jaymes Monsoon-esque. Like where do you go from there? Like, how? Like, I was just like, yes, Alexis, you needed to do this. And obviously, she did
what needed
to be done.
I'm also just very, very thrilled at the, experience of Alexis Michelle this season. And I think, it was tumultuous with the fandom. It always has been for Alexis. Mostly rightly so. Not necessarily rightly so, but like she got the criticisms that she should have at certain moments and whatever. And I still think the fandom was a little hard on her. And a lot of these queens this season, Kahanna, a lot of the queens got hate that they should not have gotten. I'm just very happy to see this full circle for all of these queens and Alexis especially. I think it's gorgeous.
Mm-hmm.
She did what needs to be done.
She did what needs to be done.
So, of course.
Also, I want to throw in real quick right before I give my score, because my score is overflowing. It's 100%. We'll go ahead and say that now. The cup is overflowing with a ruby red, crimson, jewel toned sexiness that Alexis is serving. But it's so funny to me that looking at this now, I was like, what would have been real cute and cunty if she would have had like a prop. And then I start going down the lines of the props, and I'm like, like a hat. Or even if she did like a cunty little umbrella. And I was like, and I was like, that's why I live for this so much too. It's also giving me Sasha Velour's, I'm not Sasha Velour, but Sasha Colby's look from Finale. Her My Fair Lady type look from the live finale. I was like, that's another reason why I'm living for this. Because I was thinking in that line, I was like, ooh, if she would have came out with like a little umbrella and a hat and did like a red version of My Fair Lady, that would have been everything. And I was like Sasha did. I was like, no wonder I like it so much. You did it right, girl. You did it right.
Yeah.
I'm going to give this a 94.
I'm debating between two scores. Okay, I'll just meet close to the middle and say 90s.
It's overflowing. It's beautiful.
Overflowing.
Duh.
Duh.
I was like waiting for it.
Duh.
I love that I'm the last one because I think it just be duh.
David, these are like some of the highest scores I feel like that
I
you give.
know.
Yeah.
They
A lot
said
of
some
90s.
good looks.
Yeah.
I mean, you say this is what you save your looks for. You save it for this.
Hello.
Jessica Wilde.
Jessica Wilde.
This is Angel Alaya Couture, based out of New York City. So
this is cute. This is gorgeous. I like the color. I like the styling. It does give me Finale. It does also give me interview / question and answer at a pageant.
I thought the exact same thing. I was like, this is an interview gown.
I was like, this is an interview gown. I was like, down to the fact that was it a gown or like is there pants underneath? And then the outside is like a gown.
If it's a gown, let me
and then the part of it is what's the name?
I believe so.
I thought it was.
It's a gown.
Okay, yeah, that's what I thought.
It's a gown. It's a gown with a split, which is what you're seeing in this photo specifically. You're seeing the puckering and the split, or the slit.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, no, I like it. It's very cute. It's very. It doesn't wow me, but it's very good. You know what I mean? It's like it's not bad, but at the same time, I feel like this would have also just been a very sickening serve on any random runway that we had this season. You know what I mean? Like it's almost like if you would have showed this to me and been like, "What runway do you think this would be from?" I don't know if I would have automatically said Finale. I could have been like Best Drag, you know what I mean, or something like that.
Miss Fill in the Blank.
Right, something like that. You know what I mean? But I wouldn't have automatically got Finale from this look. But it's not a bad look at all.
She's Miss Question and Answer.
Oh my God, somebody should have done a Miss Fill in the Blank based off of an actual pageant. That would have been genius.
Oh my God, if you had done Miss South Carolina and recreated the iconic Miss South, I believe that US Americans had, oh my, David, go
That
ahead.
would have been good.
That would have been
Yeah, the first thing that I was gonna say is this is a very good pageant look, which there's nothing wrong with having a pageant look. I think the only thing poor Jessica suffers from is the 1, 2, 3, 4 punch of Jaymes, Kahanna, Lala,
1, 2, 3, 4,
and
5.
Alexis.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, the 4 previous ones kind of make it hard for her to stand up against those, but she still looks really good. So there's nothing to nitpick. It just didn't wow me quite to the level that those 4 did.
Welcome to the main stage of RuPaul's Drag Race. This looks like a Ru outfit, right?
it does look like a Ru outfit.
A very
Wilde
good
hosting,
one.
Jessica Wilde hosting Drag Race, absolutely. Done.
Oh, that'd be everything. I'd so be down for that.
She has done RuPaul before. I think she might be the most qualified person to do it.
Literally.
She's done RuPaul
on the Snatch Game.
It's time for you to lip sync for
your
life.
I was being dirty.
Anyway, not with Jessica Wilde.
Not again, 2 in 1 episode. Naughty. All right. Regardless, I agree with David. I do think it's a solid outfit that unfortunately had to follow 4 amazing, outstanding outfits. Yeah, it's fine. I think I'd probably like it more if it wasn't after all these other great outfits too. But it's good.
You're muted, Lana.
I think we need to skip to Brandon.
Absolutely not. How dare
I thought you were talking to somebody else. Sorry.
No. I was just muted and I didn't know. I think this is pretty. I think this is very pageant. But like we said, there's nothing wrong with pageant. I think it's a lot of very pretty pageant dresses out there. And this just happens to be one of them. But I do agree with Brook and David that Jessica fell in line behind some very phenomenal looks. And so compared to those looks, this just looks pretty. Those other ones look sensational. And this is pretty. I will say, though, I love her hair wig. I love the hair wig. It's a great hair wig. But I feel like Jessica gives us good hair wigs most of the time anyway. And she just looks so pretty. I've not seen Jessica in a bad hair wig.
Not on this season.
Not on this season.
I was about to say the same.
I was about to say I haven't seen her. So there we go. Period.
Yeah.
I haven't seen her, but I just think she's so pretty, all the time. And I think that's another thing. Jessica's always so pretty. She's just always so pretty. So when she comes out looking pretty, it's like, oh, I mean, we know you're pretty. You're just so pretty anyway. I needed Jessica to just ramp it up or something. Go past the pretty and give us stunning. She's always pretty. Give me stunning. Give me breathtaking. And I know she has it in her. She definitely has it in her. I just think this look was just, it was cute.
Yeah, something about this, I remember watching this. I was have to look carefully at the purple part, with the pink. I can clearly see it in the jewel surprisingly, but with the cape part, it doesn't really show as well as it's you know what I'm trying to say?
It's not as visible as you would have liked it to be.
Yeah.
Or not as pronounced. It should have been a bolder color or something.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but again, highlighting her 2 favorite colors, pink and purple, is
blush and bashful.
Mm-hmm.
It's Eve.
Yes. Yeah, she's with the pink and purple is paying homage to herself in a way. So, and I really like that. It's representing herself. It's nothing wanting to be too extravagant. This is extravagant for her. So that's why I like about this so much.
I love this. I can't say anything bad about this look because there is nothing bad to say. So I'm going to go ahead and say I think she did what needed to be done. I think Jessica looks absolutely gorgeous, absolutely wonderful. I love it. Scores.
You know something that I think honestly would have been so hilariously sickening if she would have saved it all the way until the finale and pulled something out. If she didn't make the reference to the whole chicken thing from her season with the original like what she did with the reveals, and came out in a dress that was just like all white that just had like all these feathers or something in it. And she was like, "This is my homage to me doing the chicken thing." I would have lost it fully there because I would have been like, the way you completely gave us the final form of like what we think of from you, like you can be funny and goofy, but like you say, you're a gorgeous girl, you know what I mean? So it's like putting those two together, it would have been genius. I was just like, oh, I wish I could have saw something in this finale look. And I think that's also too the reason why I said that is because I feel like I could see this on anybody. I feel like anybody could wear this outfit. I really would have loved if I would have saw something with her finale look that just harkened a little bit more to the signature thing that Jessica has that nobody else does. Like, I would have loved if this was more of like a rock and roll version of a gown, since she's the rock girl. You know what I mean? Like something like that. But this wasn't bad. It's just, yeah, I wish I saw a hair more of Jessica in it. So I'll give it an 85.
Yeah, it's also an 85 for me.
Also an 85 for me.
I give it a 90.
Honestly, a full. So
it's full.
Actually, it's a 95 for me because I really like it's very pretty.
Mm-hmm.
Lovely. Next up, Miss Kandy Top 2 Muse, forever and always and forever. Kandy Top 2 Muse.
This is a finale look. Okay.
So the gown is Jeffrey Kelly.
The gown is repurposed from season 13.
It is not, but it is a reference to
it looks
when she almost got eliminated from season 13.
It looks
also fun fact, Jeffrey Kelly is Vanessa Vanjie Mateo's drag father. He is in the same drag family with Alexis Mateo. They're together. They drag wife and husband. So Vanjie's their baby. And Jeffrey makes real nice stuff. Jeffrey makes he made like a lot of Trinity stuff. I like this. I like the shape and the silhouette of it because this is something that's cute for Kandy. But one thing that I've noticed with a lot of the silhouettes with some of her stuff is when it comes to it being kind of more structured on top and then flowy on the bottom, a lot of the structure part on top always ends up looking flat on her. Like it's just like a flat piece of something and it doesn't really have any kind of silhouette or shape to it. And this still kind of nips more at the waist. And then I do also like how the shoulders kind of come up at points. It just makes it not look so plain at the top. I do like the fact that she uses as a reference to when she was on season 13, when she almost got eliminated too. I thought that was cute. It also gives me a little Josephine Bakery with like the short hair. It's not bad. I will say, to be honest with you though, and I'm saying this with her and Jimbo, is y'all did good looks, but why did y'all sit up there and let the girls who didn't even make the finals eat y'all up? Because there's some girls that did not make top 2 that cleared both of y'all out. Y'all should have been like the cherry on the cake, honey. Like, y'all should have been what we were waiting for. And then you came out and we were like, girl, this could have been a regular runway look. Like, this could have been a regular challenge runway look. That's the only thing I would say is the downside about it. It's not a bad look. It's just, for finale, as much as you love accessories and stuff, Miss Kandy Muse with boas and all this other kind of shit, girl, I thought she was going to have a whole orange yellow bow around you with a whole huge jumbo yellow ring and all of this stuff. And this was just very, very cute. And I was like, okay, cute. So, cute.
Yeah, I agree. It was cute, but underwhelming. And I think one of the judges made a Tweety Bird reference, and I couldn't unsee it. But now
I think it was Michelle.
I think so.
Now looking at it, I see what what I really get from this is, have y'all ever played badminton?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
You know the little birdies?
She looks like a shuttlecock?
The birdie. Yep.
Yes. She looks like a yellow shuttlecock or birdie, whatever you want to call it. So I just want to tap her on the top of her head.
I don't see it.
Just come out with a racket and just go.
Brooke, would you like to move on to your comments on this Kandy Muse?
I'm gonna give him a minute to laugh.
The most
right.
random. I just want to take a racket and pop her on the top of the head.
I hope it's not bopping like this.
No. Gentle.
When is that a picture we have on the freaking thing?
Overnight and take a ton.
Gotcha. Okay,
Oh, David, I'm not wearing waterproof mascara.
I'll be
My bad.
honest, outside of maybe Kasha and Darienne, this is my least favorite thing on the runway this week. One, it's a reference to her season 13 lip sync look she did for Boss. Like, it's basically the same outfit with some stuff on her head and ears. Like, the dress is almost identical. It's very similar.
Actually, it was not. The dress was more inspired by Beyonce's Lemonade look.
Yeah.
It looks. I don't.
You're like, it's a yellow dress. It's a yellow dress.
Well, it's a yellow flowy dress with a slit on the side, which is like it looks very similar to me as somebody who is not a fashion person. That's just me.
David.
Thank you, David. Thank you so much.
We didn't need visual aids. You're going to hell.
Okay. Regardless, for me, I don't like it. Like, honestly, not even a little bit. Not a big fan. So yeah, pass.
Oh God. Okay. I will say this.
Shut up, fuck.
Stop it. Please stop it. I have to agree with Eve. I feel like this is a little underwhelming when you're the final two. You're the final two. You're supposed to come out and like bam, 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 shine, shine, shine. And you let from 4 or 5, maybe 6 people outdo you. It's kind of like, oof. Because if it was a ranking, this dress would definitely not be at the top of my list. And that's unfortunate when you should be the star of the show on this very night. The dress isn't bad. I will say this. I like the silhouette of the dress. And and y'all know me, if y'all watch this season, me and Kandy Muse have not been on eye to eye on a lot of things about her look. But this, I like the silhouette. I think it shapes her well. It looks good. I wish it wasn't so flat at the top, but it still looks good. I love the pointy shoulders. I love it going up and then having the strap going around her neck. I think that's very cute. I like the Josephine Baker hair and the feather in the hair. I think it's cute. It's just not my favorite.
You want to know the other big detriment that Kandy has that Jimbo does not have? Is sadly, this is not the first time she's made top 2. So now in my mind, I'm like, I remember what you wore when you made top 2. This does not beat your Black Lives Matter outfit. You know what I mean? This doesn't beat any of the stuff that you wore for your finale of your season. So why are you wearing it now?
This is not the first time she made top 2.
Because it's not.
But that sounded shady. Like you're sad that.
But it gives you a level of expectation. I get.
She should know better.
That's why I say, yeah. It's like in my mind, I'm like, if I was her, knowing that I made top 2 again, I'd be like, okay, well, I need to outdo what I did the first time, or at least be on the same level. And this in no way hits either of those marks. You know what I mean? So it's like it's like she already had a handicap she didn't realize that she was going to end up having.
Well, I will say this though, like she had a vision with this. Like, yes, in our eyes, we don't see it in a sense, but in her way, it's like way of saying like she's paying homage to like season 13 in a way with this. Now, in all honesty, like this outfit doesn't wow me, like all y'all. However, like it's still a nice dress. Like I can acknowledge that. Like again, love like Lana, I love the hair, and like it's something about the poofiness is like what gets me about this. What I would love though, if for the top part of the dress, it would have like wrapped around more, but that's just me. But hey,
she looks lovely. That's all.
I know there's shade.
Score?
Oh.
I will give Kandy. Like I said, this is the downside about this Miss Muse, baby. I cannot get out of my head your top 2 looks that you have from your original season. To me, girl, this outfit looks like what Monet won when she accepted her Miss Congeniality award. And you know Monet likes to show up for stuff and just have a pencil skirt on and some heels and a kitty cat wig, and she don't even wear earrings. Not for a finale for me. I wish I could have saw something more. Even if you had gloves, something more. It was very simple for a top 2 look for me. So I'm going to give it a 75.
It's a 64 for me.
It is a 43 for me.
It's a 78 for me.
75.
77. And Jimbo, this gown was made by House of Canny with a custom print made by Teats World.
Teats World? Was that what?
At Teats World.
I love that.
Very fitting.
Okay. David, plug your ears. No, I'm not joking. Plug your ears for real. This was just okay to me. This, I feel like, was another instance for me of this looking like something that Jimbo could have won on a regular runway, and it would have been great. But I wish I could have saw something more for the finale. It doesn't fully give me the Jimbo. Like, I guess that's what I look for when it comes to finale looks. It's something that is striking and strong and makes me go, wow, but also it has that strong hint of this is signature to this person. This is what they do. And for me, I honestly feel like that Jimbo's promo look would have been an amazing finale look. And it would have came across so much more for me of the intersection of Jimbo being this like glamorous bimbo kind of a situation. And for this, I'm not crazy about the hair. I kind of like, this is actually an instance when I would have been okay with her wearing the breastplate because I didn't like those like fabric wrapped boob cups. I didn't like those. The print is interesting, but also at the same time, I can't really figure it out that much. So it's just kind of like, it's an interesting print, but I kind of wish I knew what it was supposed to be giving me. And then also at the same time, it's just, this doesn't read Jimbo to me. I don't know. Like, I've just gotten so used to what Jimbo does and how Jimbo does it. It just doesn't fully read Jimbo to me. I would have seen Jimbo more coming out in a clown gown like Bianca Del Rio did. And I would have been like, okay, that's Jimbo. Perfect. You know what I mean? This is, I feel like, Jimbo does glamorous stuff, but Jimbo isn't a fashion girl. And I feel like that this was Jimbo trying to do a fashion look, and it didn't really come off the best for me. That's all.
Well, I didn't listen to a word that Eve said per her request.
Of course you didn't.
But if I did, I would completely disagree because I really like this. I think this is not necessarily signature Jimbo, but I don't think Jimbo really has a signature other than, I guess you could say, having big boobs sometimes. I've heard Kandy actually said she should try it without the boobs, like the breastplate. And so that's why she didn't have a breastplate in this look. But this was giving me what I wanted from her Fruity Patootie dress. It just looked like a much better version to me. And I really like that neon wig. I like how it's sculpted. I like how it complements the yellows in her dress. I just think it's very, very fashionable. I could see somebody like Violet Chachki wearing this, honestly, and pulling it off very well. So I think she looks very, very good. One of my favorite looks from her this season.
It's very funny that you bring up Violet because the designer actually makes a lot of stuff for Violet.
Okay. Makes sense.
I just didn't realize that Dia Betty was competing on this season of All Stars.
Baby.
You see it, right, Eve?
I do.
Okay, it's the neon wig with the weird fabric and like the unique kind of kooky design. That is Diabetes, right? And like,
put some safety pins on that dress, it would have been Diabetes dress.
Exactly. And like, again, David, roll your eyes all you want. Okay.
No, I just roll my eyes because I know Diabetes way more than any of you all. Take a drink, but I've seen her perform so many times in my town.
Excuse me, I know her as well too. I have her phone number.
You do.
Take another drink, y'all.
Me too.
Regardless, it's reading Diabetes to me. The shape at the bottom is reminding me of another gown. I can't remember what it is offhandedly. But like, I don't know. I disagree with the thing about this being better than her Fruity Patootie look. That look was great. I like the print and I like the outfit, but it doesn't read finale look and it doesn't read finale look for Jimbo for me. Those are my two main critiques. Also, I do think it looks really interesting without the breastplate. I wonder what it would have looked like with the breastplate as well. I wonder what whenever it's one of those things like she was gonna wear it with this and then she didn't. I always wonder about like the juxtaposition because we also don't know what size the breastplate she was gonna wear was gonna be either. She has like 90 of them. So I don't even know if that's an exaggeration. She might have that many. But regardless, not my favorite look from her this season. Yeah.
I am going to have to fall on the side of David, actually, because I kind of like this look. I feel like, is it a finale, like great finale look? It could use some more. It can use some more. Like, I think this is the look that she should have wore the breastplate. I agree, because I feel like the fabric at the top is doing that whole lopsided thing. And I feel like if she had the breastplates on, it would have been more structured and in place. But I don't hate it. I feel like this is a very unique fabric. I feel like the dress is a beautiful silhouette. I do think, like I said, I do think it needs a little bit more for a finale. Because I feel like the finale, she's like maybe a longer train or maybe a cape. I don't know. It just needed something more to scream at me finale. But I do think that this is one of the best Jimbo has looked for me personally. I'm not a huge fan of the wig. Like the long part of the wig, it looks a little, I don't know. But the top part, the sculptured part, I like a lot. It's just that bottom half is driving me nuts. And I'm like, either brush it out or something else. Like it's driving me nuts.
It's like a mullet.
Yeah, and I feel like it's too frizzy or not brushed out completely on the back. Like brush it out, smooth it out a little bit. It's just giving me too much. But I don't hate it. I think Jimbo looks beautiful here. I feel like this is one of the times I'm like, Jimbo's beautiful. And yeah, I don't hate it. I'm leaning more towards, I kind of like it.
Again, I wonder what drag queen has a mullet as part of one of her most famous looks from Drag Race. I wonder. I'm just saying.
Brandon.
This is not a mullet.
I mean, hey, a broken clock is right twice a day.
Okay, here's the thing. Now, I think this is supposed to be like the grungier version of the Fruity Patootie look. That's how I see it. Now, like, which one do I prefer? I still don't know. Like, I mean, I like this. Yes, I do also agree. Like, I wish I would have seen this with the breastplate. Like, it probably would have been like the regular size that she wore during the makeover. Like, that's how I would see compared. Because now, this is why I'll say this about like both Kandy and Jimbo. They probably took like a look that they would like wear like for the finale first, and they would wear the more extravagant finale look after. This is what I'm seeing right now. Is like Jimbo's wearing the less extravagant look and then saving it for the lip sync. So that's how I see it.
But I don't think that Kandy's lip sync look was better than her finale look.
But for Jimbo, I think like
that's the. I will say that I agree with you because I felt like that Jimbo's lip sync look was more on par with what I thought Jimbo would serve for a finale look.
That's what I'm seeing. Like, I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, I like the concept of how she was going through with this, so that's how I see it. Again, love the design of this hair though. Like with the crown, like it looks like ears and a crown. Like that's, I would never have thought of that. So.
Logan, you're murdered, baby.
It looks good. She looks lovely. There's really not much else to say about it. So, speech from Eve and then scores.
No, that's shade.
I can't take credit for that joke.
That was me.
Wow.
I love you dearly.
It's okay.
That is actually no shade. I love you dearly.
I've grown up with many haters in my life. Add some more to the roster.
So that's how you learn to be a hater of this look.
Anyway, as the resident queen on the panel, you damn right I'm finna make a speech with the smug. Yes,
please do.
My thing with this is I understand what David was saying when they said that they liked this a bit more than their Fruity Patootie look, or this was kind of what they were wanting to get from their Fruity Patootie look. But I feel like that it may be like the structure and the silhouette of like how the dress was made. I still think that you probably could have took all the print that she used for the original Fruity Patootie and put it on this dress, and it would have looked better. I get that. For me, like I was saying originally when I said I thought that I would have wanted to see them come out more as a clown or something like that, I totally freaking forgot their runway. I mean, the look that they did for the actual like live viewing of when Jimbo and Kandy sat down and watched the results of who actually won. That to me is what Jimbo should have worn for the finale. That screamed Jimbo 350%. It was clown down with big titties. I was like, that's what I thought you were going to give us on the runway, and she didn't fully give us that. So for this, I'm giving her a 75 as well.
Okay, for this grungy pop art look, I'm going to give it a 93.
That's more inflated than her breastplate. Okay. 50. 45 actually.
That's unfortunate. But I would give this look a 90. I like it.
85.
90.
I like it.
Because you got taste.
Period. I mean,
so we got our Queen of the Fan Games announcement.
Did we want to get? No, we can wait.
For
scores on the looks Lana missed. I'm sure it's fine.
Oh, wait, no. Thank you so much for doing that before I...
I was second give them off camera. Doesn't matter.
Monica, Naysha, Miss Kasha Davis, Lana. I'm going to pull up the list so that way...
I'm about to say, can I see them? Because
no, you have to remember them.
Well, then they all get zeros because I have no idea. I can't remember anything right now. My brain is mush.
Monica.
Okay. Oh, purple. Period. Love it. I would give it a 95 because she looks beautiful.
Naysha.
Okay. All right. I'll give it a 93. All right. And she would get an 89. Not bad. Not bad.
For context as well, Will also gave his scores. He gave Darienne a 60, Jaymes a full, Kahanna an overflowing, meaning that Kahanna has the first ever perfect score from a cut panel, and rightly so.
Period.
Alexis is a 90, Lala is full, Jessica is a 95, and both Kandy and Jimbo are full for criminal justice.
Okay.
So, yes. Now, Queen of the Fan Games. It's Lala Ri. Is anybody surprised?
No. Yes and no. No, because she had the 3 times multiplier, and for anyone to beat her, they would even if Jaymes were to be here, she would have had to have less than 2/3 of James's score. Not to mention Lala is also one of the most popular queens of the season. So there's that. from a package standpoint, if it was solely based on the package, yeah, I'm kind of shook. But I'm not mad.
Yeah, but Drag Race fans are what have you done for me lately? And what she did for us lately was give us a stellar lip sync in the Fame Game thing. So I think that was top of mind for people. And that's what a lot of people just voted on.
Quick note, real quick. I know I've already talked, but the people that are coming for Lala on Twitter because she won this vote and are saying, oh, I want to see the votes, we want to see the placements and all this mess. Y'all, it's not that serious. Okay, we love her. Shut up.
It's just a show, people. It's just a show. It's just a show. Because y'all don't get this excited over something that actually matters, like a presidential election, and y'all gonna get like this over a drag race show. Let's talk about priorities, people. Priorities. All right, moving on.
She's spilling that tea.
Yeah, clock that tea. Literally clock that. So, anyways,
not a soaking clock.
You don't have to do it unless you want to.
No, Brooke said soaking clock.
Oh, never mind.
That's what I'm saying. No.
Okay, moving on. Look, oh no.
We get a final lip sync to "Do You Want a Funk" by Sylvester, not "Milkshake" by Khalees, like they tried to make it happen. This was whelming at best.
Not overwhelming.
My favorite Jimbo lip sync. I can say that much.
I can't.
I disagree.
For me, I honestly thought Jimbo did pretty okay. And comparatively to the body of work we have to go on before this, it's better than most of his lip syncs.
To me, it's becoming Jimbo's lip sync style is I'm going to walk around and shake my fake titties on my chest and my butt. And it's like, baby, you can't do that 5 times in the same damn season. Kandy was clearing for me.
Yeah.
For me. Kandy clear.
Yeah, I was like, I wanted Jimbo to do something else because like, y'all just, she's final 2. We knew she was winning. But I'm like, you just won a lip sync before, right? Like, and I wanted you to prove to everybody that they didn't just give you that win because that's what everybody is saying, that you didn't deserve that win, that they told the lip sync assassin to dial it down so you could win. This was the moment I wanted Jimbo to be like, absolutely not. Nobody gave me anything. I won this. And then I was like, you just didn't. But it was, I wanted more. Jimbo has more. I think Jimbo just needs to work on the lip syncs. Like, for real, just needs to go into somebody's dance studio with somebody's choreographer and somebody to just drill the art of lip syncing in her. Because
it's not even really, because I'll say this, it's not even really her dancing or anything like that, because you don't need you don't have to be a right? You don't have to be a dancer for you to be able to be a good lip syncer and to be a good performer. I feel like what happens is there's a shtick that she keeps falling on and she doesn't know how to perform outside of that shtick. And so that's what was kind of getting me a little bit verklempt, because at the beginning of the lip sync, I was very down for it when she pulled the phone out and everything. I was like, okay, this is cute. She's going to give us another kind of lip sync that's just like goofy and campy and funny. And then when she went straight to boobs and it was basically running around, jiggling them around for the entire rest of the lip sync, I was like, okay, now this is what you always do though. Like, I don't want to see this every time you lip sync. This doesn't fit every song. You know what I mean? So I think that's something that I feel like that maybe she needs to work on. It's just figuring out more nuances, because like her doing the baloney thing is different than her doing the shaking the boobs thing, but it still falls under that comedic waka 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 that Jimbo does. And it's like, maybe you just need to find out more little tricky things like that work for you comedically, so you can turn every song into a funny song, but it won't always look like every funny song is the same funny song. You know what I mean?
I will say I did see a video, I think today, of Jimbo and Jasmine Kennedy performing live, doing Hallucinate. And there, it was really different from what she did on the show because she had the Shirley Temple look that she did for Snatch Game underneath the outfit, and she mixed in some comedy with the actual performance. And that was probably the first time I've seen Jimbo perform, and I've been like, oh, okay, I'm kind of into this. I'm kind of digging this. I mean, like in a lip sync environment, to be clear.
Yeah, I saw that lip sync and I thought that it was sickening, and I liked it because the fact that it was different. Because like saying, like using this as a reference, like when people were all saying, or like I guess when you were saying honestly that they had Coconuts there because Coconuts is one of Jimbo's type songs, and like one that Jimbo would have won 9 times out of 10 if Jimbo would have had a lip sync to Coconuts. That's how Jimbo performs Coconuts. And I've seen Jimbo perform Coconuts a couple of times, and it's the same thing. They take off the bodysuit, they have big boobs, and then they just run around shaking them for 3 minutes and 3 minutes and 30 seconds. And we're like, okay, I need you to do more than that from me, Bill, baby. You know what I mean? So it's like, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's kind of unfortunate because the way All Stars goes, you have to lip sync the better you do in the competition. And usually we see it as you're fighting for survival, and that's why you have to lip sync. And so we've had queens that have dominated seasons and never had to lip sync, and they are not lip sync queens. And thank God they didn't have to. So it's unfortunate because Jimbo's just not a lip sync queen. Like, if I'm going to see her in a show, it's probably not going to be because of her lip sync. It's going to be because of whatever kooky thing she has planned, whatever weird outfit she has going on. So yeah, it's unfortunate. She's not the best lip syncer. She was fine in this. I thought she had a few fun gags, so she was trying. I appreciated that. And I do think Kandy was better in the lip sync. I don't think it was by much, personally. I think we've seen Kandy do better this season, much better than she did in this final lip sync. Even her reveals, they were kind of underwhelming. I've heard she had other things planned that she wanted to do, and she was told she couldn't because of something with pyro. I don't know.
Production.
No, well, it had to do with fire in her reveal, and they couldn't. She had to have some sort of like pyro license to do it.
Yeah.
But
yeah, that's with one of those things like within production. Obviously, you have to be signed off on that. Of course, they have to go through a lot of protocols, safety, all that. Yeah. They won't allow her to do that.
Right. But even Kandy's lip sync, for me, it was a little distracting just watching her mouth. Like, Kandy is also somebody who's mouth wise, she's never going to be the best lip syncer.
Yeah, she has the downside of like she like when she lip syncs, she's one of those people that has a lisp that comes through her lip sync, and it comes through hard. So it is one of those kind of things where it's like she almost has to over enunciate for you to actually be able to make out what she's saying, and then it just looks awkward.
Yeah. So yeah, it was a fine lip sync overall. Neither of them wowed me. I didn't hate either of them. But thank God that's not what we were judging the winner on.
No.
So, well, it's over.
It's over, and I feel so alone. This is the sadness I've never known.
Look, I said it before and I'll say it again. With this body of work that Jimbo has produced this season, the win was deserved. If we can't just, if we're not judging it solely on finale night,
right,
then the right person won this, because Jimbo has been giving us like amazing things this season in the runway and the challenges. It's like you can't deny somebody who has been giving what Jimbo was giving this season. And like her or not, you got to give props where props are due, and Jimbo deserved this win. Even with all the stuff that production was maybe trying to do, or what the drama is behind the scenes that we don't know for sure or true or not, it doesn't matter, because the body of work showed just what kind of queen Jimbo is. And Jimbo is a funny, incredible, like very versatile queen. Sure, her lip syncs ain't the best, but she didn't have to do that. That's not what she needed. Like, lip syncing for your legacy, sure. She like, that ain't my legacy. My legacy is how I present myself, how I, my funny comedy, clownery, foolishness, but everybody loves it. So I'm here for it. I think Jimbo was a well-deserved winner.